joke.
Yeah, a single joke would be great.
joke.
All right,
Oh,
we're
boy.
streaming now.
Okay, hello everybody.
Hello.
We are streaming. It's time for some Strahd.
I want to say hello to all of my stands.
Yeah, all those
stands?
Garrison stands out there.
Let's Garrison stands. Everybody, give Garrison a hand or two.
They call themselves
Aw.
nubs.
Nubs.
The Garrison
hand-
nubs.
The
They're the
nubbins.
hands I don't
The
have.
nubbies.
The nubs.
Oh, what was that terrible movie when we were kids that had like the hands as minions?
Oh, Spy
Oh.
Kids.
Yeah,
Thumbs.
there it is.
Oh boy.
That's a little after my time.
I love that movie. So terrible. For some reason, what's his name? Is it?
Antonio
Teach
Banderas.
Marines in it. Yeah, Antonio Banderas is in it.
Machete.
Machete.
Oh yeah,
Machete. That sounds like everybody was in that thing.
classic.
He even had a spin-off for I think it was 18A called Machete.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, was that that was a spin-off, I guess, wasn't it?
Technically,
Yeah,
but I
Alexa
mean,
Vega was in it.
Mm.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl, that's a spin-off. Machete,
No, it was just done by the same director.
yeah.
It was Robert
Has
Rodriguez.
nothing to do with the story. Yeah,
Right.
he got it from his kid's dreams.
Yeah.
It's a gigantic fever dream, that movie.
All right. So between last week and this week, I actually found a better map, I think, for the tower. It's going to show us a little bit better like where you are. So I'm going to bring you guys to this new map. Wow.
Goodbye, old map.
Goodbye, old map. Hello, new map. Because the tower is out on this little sort of like I don't know what you would call it, like a little peninsula that goes off into the lake. And there's like this stretch of land that connects that little island. Yeah, cast too. Yeah, you would know better than I do because I don't have like stuff like this anywhere around me.
Yeah.
But there's like a
one
little
of those
stretch of land.
peninsulas that are conveniently geographically shaped to hold a single structure.
Well, this little island, it's suspected was actually raised by the wizard that built the tower. So there actually is like a reason for this to exist. But this kind of gives you a better idea that you're kind of out on this lake. There's mist around you. You can see the upper level of the tower. I moved. Jareth is still up there. He was messing around, trying to figure out what's going on with the pseudo armor up there. He's a little bit stymied in the last game. Meanwhile, everybody else was downstairs on the surface, surrounding this wagon that was parked outside the tower. With the help of Esmeralda, you guys were able to get the thing open, avoid a trap that was rigged inside of it, and go through a bunch of chests and cabinets, and you found quite a list of weapons, armor, information, and magic items just locked away in this place. You also found this letter that we were just talking about before we started streaming. Well, not really a letter. It's an entry from a journal that's pretty extensive. It starts off written sort of in the first person about someone who had been out to expose the creatures of darkness and bring the purifying light of truth and knowledge to the world. He was somebody that had like multiple sort of like people. Apparently this guy had been around for a while. People had called him a hero. People had called him a sage or a hunter. But against also for his enemies, they spoke of him with sort of fear and loathing. He also kind of talks about how his virtuous calling, and he kind of puts that in quotes, like maybe he's not really like the hero that other people's refer to him to, because he was pushed into this by tragedy, by a vampire that murdered his child. And then he spent his life hunting monsters, basically as revenge for the loss that he suffered himself. He also talks about having lived too long. Must be an older guy. And he has been around for a while. talks about his son. Says that his son was Erasmus, a boy, you can assume by that, taken by Vistani, sold to a vampire. Then he tried to rescue Erasmus, but Erasmus died. He blamed the Vistani for this. It's part of the letter too. It seems as if he's got a real chip on his shoulder when it comes to them. He blamed them for the death of Erasmus. Went to them, basically captured one of them and like strapped his body, I think, to a horse, and confronted the Vistani in the darkness of that night. And he brought, I believe, the letter talks about how he brought like a pack of zombies with him. That while he was on this quest for revenge,
A great lich.
a
gave
great
him
lich
a
intervened,
protection
like
spell.
protected him. Like he would have been torn apart by these zombies had not this lich sort of showed up, and for reasons unknown, decided to help him. Gave him control of this like pack of zombies, and set him loose to go after the Vistani. He also says that when he found the caravan, he set the zombies to them, and that he mentions a vampire by the name of Baron Metis. But during that moment, like he reveals that something inside him snapped, and he released the zombies, and they devoured these Vistani. But that wasn't the end of that story. He says that before she died, the leader of that group had cursed him, told him that he would always live amongst monsters, and that everyone he would love would die beneath the claws of monsters seeking him. Apparently that happened years ago. And now, shortly after that, he discovered that his son, who had been killed, was brought back as a vampire. And then to make, just sort of like to make this tragic story even worse, he had to destroy his own son to save him from this curse of undeath. And now it just seems as if he is existing on the fumes of hate and vengeance, seeking out other monsters.
I know those fumes.
Yeah, so it seems like, I mean, obviously what he went through was a lot, but he self-admittedly knows like it was his own fault that caused all this. But he's like out there as like a vampire hunter. And the
Mhm.
biggest thing, at least I took away from this, was Baron Metis. We've heard nothing about this guy. The only vampire we've heard about is Strahd, and I don't even know if we've really heard that he's a vampire yet. I'm pretty sure we have, but like, so like it's interesting that
Actually, didn't we establish last week that we hadn't heard about him?
They
I
have
mean, we'd
not.
heard about him, but not that he was a vampire.
You have heard that
Yeah.
there's a vampire, and you've heard about Straw, but you have not heard both those terms used together yet.
put
by
together.
anyone.
Right. So now there's a lot of talk about vampires and this guy, the Vistani, who are these travelers, sold his son to a vampire. So everyone was aware of this vampire, Baron Redis, but we've heard nothing about him.
No.
So that's something I would like to like at least keep an eye out for our group.
Well, when you ask about that, just because this letter's here, you have somebody that actually knows, that is local to this area. Someone that's also a Vistani in Esmeralda. And when you mention this Baron Metis, she shakes her head and she says, Metis is long dead. He knows about him. She knows that name, and she stops just short of saying something. But all of you, I think, would probably notice that she seems to be holding something back. Like she knows a little bit about this story. You guys can kind of read it on her. And she reveals that that Metis is not the vampire that you're looking for. And at this point, she will reveal to you that Strahd is indeed the vampire of Barovia. It can only be the vampire that is talked about in amongst yourselves and amongst those of this tortured land.
The land
his-
is ruled by a vampire?
Yes.
Oh.
And that's bad because
They're undead.
The land is ruled by a
Yeah,
vampire, and that vampire is Stradvan Zarovich.
you got a problem with the undead?
Well, yes. They shouldn't exist.
Esmeralda nods and agrees. Indeed, this is one of the reasons I am here in these lands. I am not originally from Barovia. As a Vistani, I have the ability to pass through the mists. In my blood, I have that benefit.
Wow. It is 1593 DR. I thought we were past this.
It's pretty unnatural, buddy. I don't know. I'm not trying to have a brain rotting anybody as a neighbor, you know. I'm glad that you're so progressive, though. Who do you know that could have the power to put a curse on somebody like this in order to make them live forever and be a machine of vengeance? Who is this leader?
Living forever, I don't know. But Vistani, if indeed he did what he claims to do in here, Vistani could have cursed him. My people have secrets for such powerful curses beyond normal spells.
Is it that common? You know, like this story, it must be known, I'm sure. And how many?
For one to be
Could-
this powerful, it is not that common. But if this was an elder of the tribe that he encountered, then yes, some of those that have lived a long time of the Vistani, they gather quite the power of the evil eye into themselves, and they can cast that gaze and curses upon others. I know a few myself.
Perhaps we should just get them and go take over the castle.
She gestures to the letter. They're all dead.
Just said you knew them.
I know of them.
Ah, okay, sorry.
I am them. I am a Vistani.
Oh, all right.
I was raised amongst them.
Can you do that?
Not with this sort of power, no. She is in her 20s. And she when she had said those that like had greater powers, those are like the elders of like their people. Someone like Madame Eva.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when would you be able to do this? Yeah. Okay. Well, at least this guy's kind of on our side. Puts arms up without hands, shrugging.
Yeah.
What did you guys find in the tower? I didn't want to go in just in case you guys got locked.
Oh, we found some interesting things. I can't remember if I showed her the head or not. I think I showed her the head.
Yeah. When you came out, you did.
Well,
Rob, you
Jareth
drop a
is still
list
shouting
of.
down there.
What was it?
Go ahead, Jareth.
Jareth is still shouting down for Esmeralda.
So you can hear from the window above, Jareth calling down. Is that what's going on?
Yep. Wondering what's taking everybody so long.
Esmeralda looks up and at the tower and says, "We should probably go find out what he needs."
I'm gonna stay here with all this stuff. You go.
She turns to go, but she pauses for a moment and says, "Just be careful of this wagon. The strap in here is quite deadly, and I don't know if this is the only one." Who else is going into the tower to meet Jareth?
I've already been in there. I'll hang out here.
Timothy will go with.
Let's see what he's doing.
Gretchen's
Yeah,
going too.
weird stuff up
Yeah.
there.
All right, group split a little bit. Garrison and Riles are downstairs, hanging out near the wagon with Nazoth.
Yep.
While Bimothy, Esmeralda, and Gretchen go and take the elevator up to the floor above.
Third floor, please.
The golems on the first floor. As soon as you step on that a little platform. They start pulling the chains, and the elevator rises, bringing you guys to eventually the 3rd floor, where Jareth awaits.
Quite handy.
Well, she looks around this place.
Took
She hasn't
so
been up here
long?
before. Did you not look out the window? We were down at the wagon. We managed to get it open. There's quite a bit down there.
Oh well, I'll take a look after. So I spoke the name of the what was it, the wizard, and this suit of armor is now following my commands. I was thinking back to that reading we had before you met you, and I was hoping you might be able to help us out here. Okay. Seek a wizard's tower on a lake. Let the wizard's name, which I said, and servant guide you to which you seek.
Mm-hmm.
I assume the suit of armor is the servant.
She looks
What
at
are
the
we
suit of
seeking?
armor. Show me what you did.
Move to the bed.
You have to say the wizard's name first. Like you try that, and then you realize that you had to say the name first. So I'm assuming you will do that after it doesn't move, and then once you say the name and give it the command, it moves. Kind of almost stepping into Bimothy and to Esmeralda as it moves through the room, and it steps over to the bed. Bimothy and Gretchen, give me investigation checks, or perception checks, either one,
You said investigation or what? Perception?
or perception, whichever's better for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
Ooh.
Investigation is
Roll high, Bim. Roll high.
Is +1. Hey!
Hey!
Alrighty then. I may as well roll one for Esmeralda too, but I don't think I'm going to beat at 19. Nope. Esmeralda watches this thing pass by. Gretchen does too. But Bimothy, being right behind it, you notice as it steps over to the bed that, so this is like a full suit of armor, but the back of it seems to have some rivets, like as if a section of the back can be removed. You also notice that there's like a glyph or something on the back as well. Seems like an arcane sigil.
There's something on the back of the suit. I don't know. It looks kind of weird.
Oh, I didn't see that.
You just didn't really notice it. You were looking at other things. When you look around the back of the armor now, you can see that there's like a plate, like it's sort of built to look like it's part of the design of the armor, but you realize that the rivets are like newer, like and they look like they can be sort of removed, kind of twisted free.
Bend over so we can get a better look.
And then it's over.
Oh,
It's actually easier to look at it when it's standing up, but okay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's either way. I mean, you tell it to bend over when it does, you hear something shift inside the armor. Go thunk.
Can you remove it yourself? This plate behind you?
Its hands kind of come back, but it can't reach itself.
All right, stand still. And we got some tools.
I think that Esmeralda might. Let me check.
No.
Nope. There was some tools down inside the wagon.
Gretch, you want to just run down and grab those quickly?
You could probably get this open without
me?
tools if you just spend a little bit of time.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll give it a shot. What would you like me to roll?
Don't need to roll anything. It's just like you have to kind of just unscrew these things. You just twist them, a few of them, and the back plate, basically a section of it removes. And when you do that, you look inside. And the armor is empty, of course. There's nothing in there, not even bones or anything. But you see at the bottom of the armor, like right, like down where the waist is, there's like a book that's been sort of put inside the armor.
Oh, neat. And I'll pull that out.
Righty. When you pull it out, you look at it, and let's see here. One moment.
We don't need the thing anymore, right? So
The
we'll
what?
probably just go downstairs and read this.
You'll probably go downstairs and read it.
Yeah. Return to your place. Let's go downstairs.
All right. One second while I tell you what you find. Where did it go? Ah, here we go. Here we go. Okay. So the book looks like this. Put over in Discord. It is seems to be very old. It's leather bound. It's got steel hinges and fastenings. Pages of parchment seem to be a little bit brittle. And there is a symbol on the front. Second here. It looks a little bit like a little bit like a raven or a bird on another symbol. Here's an image of the book as you guys are pulling it out and looking at it upstairs. Before you head downstairs, something else is happening down there. You guys have been up here for a few minutes, kind of sorting out the armor, pulling this thing out, getting the breastplate kind of back, removed so you can get to the book. What's going on downstairs in the few minutes that they're rooting around upstairs? Garrison, Riles, and Nazoth, are they up to anything down there?
I think Garrison would like to take an inventory of what's in here. You mentioned all this stuff, but I don't have a list of it anymore.
Oh, did I not put a list?
Nazoth's just chilling.
That's why I stayed. I wanted to know what was all this stuff was.
Ah, okay. One second.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what's down there when I get down there.
There's a ton of stuff here. I will give you just the full list here, but it's a lot.
We're Scrooge McDucking in +1 silver weapons. That's what we're doing.
What was that?
We're Scrooge McDucking.
Swimming.
Yeah, kind of. Hold on, let me just make sure
Diving
this is
into
all right.
piles of weapons.
Let's just make sure that everything is here. It should be. Alrighty then. You can look through this huge list of stuff. Over in-
okay, yeah. Two things I definitely want. I can't wait to go down there and see it in person.
All right. Well, you'll be down there in a moment. Garrison is making an inventory of stuff. What's Riles and what are Nazoth up to? Are they kind of helping with this?
Yeah, I think Rouse is just watching and maybe trying to tell jokes. He's like, a bunch of thieves gonna steal this? I don't know. I have nothing. I don't have jokes. Damn it.
All right.
The manacles are for.
What was that?
That's what the manacles are for.
That's what the manacles are for? Maybe. I was trying to get some music to play here and it did not work with some... Oh, there we go. Now I think it'll work.
I tried to fix the joke. It just made it flatter.
All right. Let's get a... So while Garrison and Riles are going through the wagon, Nazoth, you're kind of hanging out. And you notice over, like across the bridge, the land bridge that goes to the shore, that a few figures have emerged from the woods. Some of them seem to be wolves. And one of them seems to be a man. dressed in sort of ragged, sort of ripped up clothing. He looks like someone that has been just living off nature. And he seems to be watching you guys from the shore.
Uh-oh. Heads up, guys. We got company.
What?
We got company. Some wolves and a guy who appears to have been raised by wolves.
Not these guys again. That's
Garrison and
stupid.
Riles, when you look out from the wagon, you can see them as well. There's about a half a dozen wolves, almost, maybe like about 10 of them, and then there's this guy who's kind of standing amongst them. He looks just savage and weathered. His clothes are kind of ripped, and he looks almost uncomfortable in them. But he's a big guy. He's like 6.5 feet tall. You can see he's muscled. He's unshaven, and he seems to be watching you guys. And when you step out of like the wagon, Garrison, to get a look at them, a couple of the wolves that are surrounding him raise their heads and howl. Those in the tower can hear this, the howl of wolves outside.
Shit. You
Hey,
think that's
Garrison.
Kirill? Yeah,
What?
yeah, go ahead. What? Yeah.
That guy looks kind of self-conscious. Call himself a werewolf.
Oh,
Of a werewolf.
Careful, that was
Jesus Christ.
almost funny.
Almost good? Dang it.
Almost.
I'll work on keeping it below that.
As they howl,
the
a couple
part.
of these wolves rise up on their hind legs and stand almost like men.
hey. Any of you guys Kirill?
The guy that's standing in the back, the one human, looks at you from across the distance and he says, "I am Kirill.
What's up?
Who are
Why'd you have
you?"
your guys? I'm the guy that your guys bit, and now you're gonna come and find me places. What's up, man? You got something to say?
Yes,
You got
you're the
something?
one that we smell. You're the one that we have been smelling. You're the one they've told me about.
Who's they?
He
What?
gestures to the wolves.
The wolves. Don't you remember when the stupid loot man and his 12 stupid fingers and they attacked us when I had no strength? That was like 2 days ago.
Oh, yes. And he got some of my tribe killed, it seems, in the process.
Yeah, he sucks.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. You see, I was away when that happened. I didn't have the voice to tell my pack here how to proceed.
Why do the
But you,
puppies follow you?
you have been bitten. Can you feel it? Can you feel your blood boiling? You know what's in store for you.
I'm getting it fixed. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, we've
Next.
got.
Why would you do that?
Why? Because you've been tracking me, apparently, because every time I get bit by one of your puppies that lacks any kind of obedience to you, apparently just follows the loot man and does whatever they want when you're not around. Now I got some stupid issue. I don't even have hands, and now I got this to deal with. All right, buddy.
You could have fangs. You could have teeth.
Only during
You
the
could-
full moon, there's drawbacks.
Not if you embrace it. There are none. You have within you the power. Now, our power. You could join our pack, and I would even help you tear that man to pieces.
Well, you just sold them.
Okay, go on.
God
Because no
damn
one
it,
else
we
is
lost
helping me do
Garrison.
this. There's not a single person here that I've been traveling with for days that has offered me that once. So I'm willing to hear you out.
Some of the wolves move out onto the island. You can see them now on the map. They've all kind of like moved up a little bit, and he follows along kind of with them.
Jareth, Gretchen,
what part of I'll kill
Bimothy.
whatever you point me at are you not getting?
Garrison's joining a cult.
No, it's cool. He's gonna help us find the loot guy. Ashton, or I'm gonna think of his name. I'm gonna remember it. If I could only have written it down.
You're talking about Adrian.
Yes,
Adrian?
that,
Seven
say his name.
strings.
yeah.
You won't need his name. You'll be able to smell him.
Oh,
But you must give
gross.
in. Join us. And then he will have no place to hide from you.
Well, what's the catch?
There is no catch.
You'd be a dog, dude. That's the
You would be
catch.
better. You would be better than you are. You will not need this form anymore. You could run with us.
Sounds
You
like a
will
cult.
have weapons again.
will he grow hands?
Oh, that's a
You
good
won't need
question.
them. You won't need them.
I mean, I kind of do need hands. I didn't think I needed them, but over the last couple of days, I've really realized I need them.
We could be your hands. A tribe could be your hands.
Gross.
Well, like, do I get to be like you, or do I have to be like one of them?
What do you mean?
Well, like, you're making the decisions, and clearly these guys don't make any decisions. They just follow random people that tell them what to do.
Oh, they don't follow random people. No,
What?
no. I am the leader of my tribe. I'm the leader.
But they
of
followed
this pack.
Adrian, right? When you weren't there, they were just like, "Oh, let's follow that guy. He sounds fun."
Things are complicated in this land. And Adrim is quite persuasive.
So, do I get to keep my own agency, or do I have to be one of your lapdogs?
That is a curious question. If you would be part of our pack, then you would serve under me, because I am the leader of the pack. But
Could be only one
if
alpha.
you're worried about your agency, you would be free to do as you wish, as long as you do not challenge the pack.
And leave when I want.
You would have no reason to leave.
But if I wanted to,
He kind of hesitates at that. And so be it then. But you will come back. You will hear the call.
well then, I think we have a deal.
No.
We can't shake on it, but if I just don't get this healed, that's it. That's how this works.
That is how it could work. That is the way that you would be strong. Right now, if you removed it, you would be weak. And then we would have to destroy you all.
Good luck with that.
You think it would be hard? I think so. My pack is strong. You only encountered a small number of us.
Your pack seems weak-minded, though. We've seen that too.
Who is it that leads amongst you?
Probably there's like a small goat man inside on the 4th floor. You gotta talk to him.
Those that were coming down are probably at the base of the tower at this point. That'd be Bimothy and Gretchen and Jareth. You guys are arriving on the scene here. So then you serve him. If he is your leader, does that not make you weak? Would you not prefer to be in charge? This could be your own pack. Could bring you all in.
I don't think that they want part of this. The only reason I'm agreeing is because my situation seems a lot worse off than theirs. Plus, part of this agreement's going to involve they get to be left alone by you and all your snarling brothers.
Doesn't seem like such a bad deal. Then you stay away from us, and you join the pack.
And in turn, we find Adrian, we rip him to shreds, and I take his hands, and then the priest in that other place puts his hands back on me, and I will not only be the best wolf, but also the best hobgoblin man.
That second part makes no sense to me. I don't know what you're talking about.
What is going on?
Oh, Garrison's joining a wolf cult.
Yeah, he's joining a wolf cult.
Uh, Garrison?
I don't know. We got this figured out. Don't worry about it. These
I'm
guys are
worried.
with us now, and you guys are in the clear.
I'm sorry, what now?
None of the wolves are gonna bite you. Don't worry.
Why would they bite us?
What?
Remember last time we ran into them, they bit us, me especially.
Well, they bit you. They just bit you.
So now that won't happen.
They
Uh,
were being led by that 12-fingered man, though.
Yeah, he wasn't supposed to. This is Kirill Stoyanovich. He leaves all the werewolves here. He's gonna be my boss in a way, but he promises me agency. And in turn, we're gonna find that guy, and I'm gonna get his hands.
You know, Garrison, wolves don't just follow someone else. That has to be a pack leader thing. How do you
Well,
know
yeah,
he didn't just give it to him?
I don't know. That's a good question. Did you give? You weren't in any agreement with him, were you? No, he said he didn't like him. It's totally fine.
No, I want to see Adrian torn to shreds. And I think you are highly motivated to do so.
See, these guys down here to the south get what I'm talking about. You guys over here in the north, you gotta start figuring this out.
I am so confused. We were just about to cure you, Garrison.
Yeah, that cure, it's not gonna work out. We don't need the cure. We need this. We need this instead.
What cure are you talking about?
The guy.
Speaking of the cure, you got it. I'll cast it on him real quick.
Yeah, we have a scroll of cure
Remove
curse.
Did you
Oh,
say
yeah.
that out loud?
Yeah, if any of you don't want to be what you are now, we could fix that.
Yeah, say it out loud.
Yeah, we got a scroll of cure curse. We were just about to use it, but you came along and fucked that up. So
He seems, when you mention that you have a way to cure it, he doesn't seem happy about that. Neither do the other two. He seems wary of that. Like he doesn't like that idea. He doesn't like the idea that you have some way of undoing this.
Well, that's what trust is about, huh? The pack. We got to trust each other. I'm willing to give into this and not get it cured, in order to work together and help each other reach a common goal. The fact that we can cure it just gives us an advantage. And what else if we come across something else? Seems that there's a lot of terrible things out here. Did you know about a vampire? We just read a whole journal, and there's this vampire guy. Excuse me as I grab his name again. And
You speak of Strahd,
no.
the
Before
Lord of
him,
the land.
before him,
There
there
was
was a whole.
one before him.
The Vistani that were with said that Baron Metis was a different zombie, not zombie, vampire.
That name means nothing to me. There is
How
no
long-
one before Strahd. He is the land. He conquered these lands. There was none before him.
Who did he conquer them from?
Peasants, lesser lords.
Maybe other vampires?
He seems confused by that. He doesn't really have an answer for it. There has only been Strahd for hundreds of years.
But your family's been here since the beginning, right?
Not since the beginning. But our pack has been here for generations.
Alright, well, what do I need to know about this whole thing? Is it gonna hurt when I change?
No.
Am I gonna be vulnerable to something?
Not at all. You will be invulnerable.
Timothy, turn your
weapons.
motorcycle off. I can't even hear this guy.
What? Okay, sorry, yeah.
You will be stronger. You will be faster. Normal weapons will not be able to harm you. Adrian will fall under your teeth. You will tear him to shreds easily.
I can just-
But you may feel an urge to hunt when the moon is full. We try to limit those that are brought into the pack, those that are strong. If you fall, Daedrium, if you are not strong enough, then you will be cold. But if you survive, then we will welcome you with open arms as a strong member of our pack.
You just said you would help me tear him to shreds.
Oh, we already have.
It's
That's,
a
we will help
scary-
you find him, but he is yours. He is yours to take.
All right. Well, fair enough. None of the rest of these guys are friends with him, though, right? They're not going to go off and tell him about my cool new thing, right? We're all a pack, right, guys? He's looking at the rest of the wolves.
Well, the regular wolves just kind of look at you like wolves. The two that are kind of standing on their hind legs behind, they kind of growl a little bit, and it looks like they're kind of smiling. Like, and Kirill turns to look at them and says, "Don't worry about my brothers. They follow my lead, and if I say that you are part of the pack, then they will follow suit. But you should be wary. Idrim is tricky. He might turn some of your people against you."
Never. These guys have been with me since the start. And once I get Adrian's hands, we'll be even better. And we'll kill that Strahd fellow, and we'll get the fuck out of this place.
Kill Strahd. You think that you're strong enough for that? I doubt it.
Alone? No. But maybe with my pack, my new pack, and these Vistani elders that can do crazy magical things, and maybe all these other people we might run across. Maybe there's a way. Somebody, even the guy that owns this thing, and he like points back at the little caravan thing. He's
The
like,
wagon?
this guy's been hunting all types of creatures his whole life. He might have a way.
Who owns that thing?
I
He
don't know.
said. He's looking at it. He doesn't seem to know what it is, and
You
or
haven't
why
seen
you're
this thing
interested in
before?
it. I have seen it here, parked in front of the tower, for the last month or so. We've smelled sulfur and iron on it, so we have stayed away. The
His
tower
brother-
itself, it is dangerous to even be this close. But you and your friends must be clever and maybe learned in the ways of magic to make your way inside and return with your lives.
Speak of smells, isn't there? What about the smell of the man who owns this place, who sleeps here, who uses these instruments? Have you not picked up his scent? He claims that he's lived here for a long time, that he's got enemies and known as maybe even a hero. You've never smelt his presence before anywhere?
Only here. But we do not go to the cities, to the towns, or the burgs. No, we stay in the wilds, and I have not sensed him or smelled his trace anywhere out where we are. He stays far from our hunting grounds, if he comes there at all.
So for some reason this guy doesn't hunt wolves. Interesting. He claims that he hunts all types of monsters. I just figured he would have been one of the same.
Well, maybe then you should be worried for yourself. If you encounter this person, if he is a monster hunter, he might consider you one.
Yeah, we have all of his stuff now, though.
Well, then I think you have nothing to fear.
How will I be able to contact you?
He looks to the wolves that are nearby and he says, "Don't worry, we'll be close. Go to the edge of civilization, call out, and one of ours will find you."
Okay, I have a friend here, a prince of the forest that can speak with animals, and maybe he can help in that endeavor too.
Druid kind of says that like it's a bad word. A druid of the lands.
Not this lands.
I've seen him be a wolf himself. You'd be surprised. He might even give me a run for my money here.
That's not real power. And be wary what you call upon in the nature of this land, because it is not natural. It's his only warning for Jareth. It's as if then you agree, we will be near. And if you need our help, again, go to the woods and call for us. And we will help you with this man.
All right. Well, as brothers to my new pack, if you need us and you unleash a call of howls, I'll do my best to head your direction. And he'll do a arm under the chest salute to this, I don't know, wolf boss man.
He smiles at you, says, I will hold you to that. And he just kind of nods to you, but doesn't really lower himself at all. He looks at the rest of your group, kind of just like he's sizing everyone up. And then he turns and gives a howl as he transforms into a large wolf and runs off back into the forest with the rest of his pack.
That was weird.
All right. But now we have wolf friends, and none of you guys got bit, which is quite important because they kicked my ass last time, and this is terrible.
Well, Garrison, I gotta say, it's nice to know you're so trusting. I love it when people are trusting.
Why wouldn't I trust him? He was pretty honest.
Sure he was.
I mean,
Makes
I
things so
trust-
much easier when people are trusting.
I trust you, Nas. You haven't let me down.
I know. And I
Ugh.
love that about you.
Ugh.
So what do you guys think? I'm going to be able to hunt this guy down. I can smell him, and then we're going to tear him limb to limb, and I'm going to get his hands.
I think you kind of agreed to be that guy's, but that's just me. And Rouse steps away slowly.
Did you miss the whole agency part of the conversation?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. That's what they all say in the beginning.
can only
I've
be
had
one alpha,
managers
Garrison.
before.
Yeah, you have had managers before.
Yeah, multiple.
Did he say they're like a family?
He did. He did say that.
Oh, that's always a red flag.
You don't like family?
No, but your place of work isn't a family.
This isn't the Olive Garden. It's not when you're here, your family. It's not different than that.
Excellent.
Well, I hate olives, so I don't even want to be there. Listen, it's a good idea. You're gonna all be thanking me that these guys didn't eat you, and they're gonna come to help us, and you're welcome.
He'll give you some freedoms, Garrison, but I think you'll find that his definition of agency and yours are going to differ wildly. Just remember, a pack can only have one alpha.
But I'm like the lone wolf. I don't need to be with the pack, unless you guys are my pack, and then in that case, I got a pack.
I've never
Are
been
you
a
sure
part
we
of
can't just
anything
use
before,
this scroll?
so
Well, we could, but don't you want to see what I could do first? What if it's really helpful? He says I won't need my hands. It's been
Let's
4
save
days.
the scroll for when that guy.
Use your teeth.
Okay, here's my idea. I say we save the scroll for when that guy inevitably screws us over, and we cast it on him.
Yes, and then I eat him and take his hands.
Oh, my word. You and taking people's hands. I don't know if that's a good idea.
Well, do you know what it's like not to have hands?
I'm sure it's quite difficult.
All right, well, when you get there, we can have a conversation about how good it feels not to, and how much you might want to have those hands again.
Word, Garrison. Fine.
Plus, I'm going to be able to play the lute.
why do you want to play the lute?
Would Garrison just get proficiency in lute playing?
As a wolf?
No, with the 12 fingered hands.
Oh.
I mean, why not? They've been practiced.
They
Muscle
have muscle
memory.
memory.
I mean, it
Oh,
worked with
man.
grandma.
So what was upstairs, guys?
Suit of armor? And why don't you show
And
him,
a-
Jareth?
And a book.
Yeah, look at this interesting book.
What's in it? What does it say? Is it as
Oh,
cool
I
as the
haven't
book we
opened it
found
yet.
in here? Oh, well.
Let me open it and we'll find out.
Esmeralda, is this cool to open?
I'm not really sure, but she'll cast a spell to detect magic since no enchantments upon it. She
Nice.
is also kind of like staring off into the forest, like she's like kind of jarred out of like this moment, like where she was distracted by other thoughts. When you ask her about the book, she kind of like comes back and then is now kind of focused again.
Well, I guess I'll open the book.
Yeah, and this thing is bound in thick leather. The pages are brittle. Most of the book, as you open the clasp and carefully open it, seems to be written in a sort of strange sort of shorthand or almost like code. Like it takes a while to sort of parse out what's written in here. And a lot of the book is illegible. Stains and age have kind of worn it out. And it takes you probably like 20, 30 minutes to parse out sort of like the first sort of few pages of the book. And I'm going to give this to you in your first sort of section. You guys look through this. The first part is maybe the clearest, but the rest of this book is going to take quite a bit of time to go through. All right. What you learn, though, in the time that you spend with this, and let's write this down. First of all, the title page reads The Tome of Strahd.
Oh my.
That's already juicy. That's a good find.
Ominous.
That might have beaten my book that I found inside the caravan.
It reads, at least the first few pages, once you guys like parse this out and like kind of figure out the shorthand and fill in some gaps. It takes time to kind of go through this. But you're able to put together like the first like couple pages of this. And it reads, I am the ancient. I am the land. My beginnings are lost in the darkness of the past. I was a warrior. I was good and just. I thundered across the land like the wrath of a just God. But the war years and the killing years wore down my soul as the wind wears stone into sand. All goodness slipped from my life. I found my youth and strength gone, and all I had left was death. My army settled in the land in the valley of Barovia and took power over the people in the name of a just God, but with none of the God's grace or justice. Part 1.
Well, that doesn't
It gets
sound
harder to
good.
read after this, as if somebody's kind of poured over the later parts of it, and kind of it's even like more kind of worn out, and it's going to take you quite a bit of time to sort of start pulling together other parts of this book. Like this takes you like a half an hour to kind of put this together.
I assume prestidigitation won't help.
No.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna put this book away and take a look at it again when you guys are sleeping, since I only need 4 hours of meditation.
I like the commitment. That's great. This
What
could
was in
be
the
a
wagon?
solid. Well, we found an entire treasure
Everything.
trove. Yeah.
I take a look inside. Ooh, can I have that healer's kit and the Taroka cards?
Sure. I don't need them. I can't even use those things. Yeah, if anybody can use anything in here, we might as well. There's an axe. Nope, can't use that. Flail. Nope. It's just kind of tossing through things. Oh, a liar. Somebody break that. Get that out of my face.
No, I'll take that. Take it. I
You're,
want
you're
I
all
thought that was a joke. I thought Riles was going to say, I'm not a liar.
it. No, but I do want it.
First shot. Is there anything intricate on that deck of cards? Anything cool?
I don't know. Is there?
Esmeralda, do these mean anything? You say that
They
they're all
are
kind of...
Taroka cards. They have a meaning, usually to the owner. I would warn all of you, though, and I mentioned this before. Whoever owns this likely will, well, like you said, they look like a hunter. Might not be someone to be trifled with by stealing everything that they have in here. Obviously, we need some of this, but taking it all, taking things you don't need, I would caution you against.
Yeah,
That's okay. I heard hunters or rangers aren't that good.
yeah.
Oh
it's,
my god.
They keep trying to rework them, but it never still never that good. No, I agree though, Esmeralda. We don't need a shovel or all these manacles. Look, and he puts them on, and they fall right off his wrists onto the ground. He's like, these things are useless. So yeah, we should probably leave what we don't need. But some of this other stuff might be useful. Look, there's holy water. There's perfume. Timothy,
Toxin.
Timothy, put some of this
Yeah?
on. I can smell you from over here.
What? Really?
Just behind the ear. Just a
I
tip.
mean,
I
It
mean,
wouldn't
like,
hurt.
Timothy will look down at his, like, disheveled, like, tattered clothing, and, yeah, probably his fur's all matted and stuff, and, he does not look clean. I mean, yeah, okay.
You want a new set of clothes? There's fine clothes, there's traveling clothes, there's even shoes, but there's no way we're getting around those things down there.
Yeah, shoes don't really work for me. But yeah, some new clothes would be nice. And maybe I don't want to look fancy or stand out, so maybe some just the traveling clothes.
There's a wig. Look, this one's a mohawk.
I don't think anyone needs a
Uh,
wig.
No, I think I'm okay with the wig. I've got plenty of hair as is.
Man, you never know when you need an afro. This guy clearly did.
Afros give you power. That's just a well-known fact.
Ha, Naz, the afro of power +1. Please wear this. So yeah, if we don't need, if there's nothing in here that you guys feel like you want to take, I agree with her, but we should probably just leave it. And can any of you write a note that's like, hey, love to meet you. Looks like we're aligning on the same thing. Sign the boys.
I got it. Nassoth pulls out a note and writes down, "Sorry, I stole your shit. Sincerely, Bimothy." And then I tape it to the.
God damn it.
How well do you hide it? How well do you hide it from
He
Timothy?
doesn't hide it at all. He's just very obvious about it. Because he's doing it as a joke and he knows that'll piss you guys off. That's why.
Oh my.
Nazoth, if you don't have inspiration, give yourself inspiration for a really funny joke. Also, Garrison, give yourself inspiration for taking a deal. Whether this is going to be good or bad, I don't know.
It sounds like
You made a
100% beneficial to me. So, plus these guys care about what I care about, which is getting my hands back.
When you're talking about leaving a note here, Esmeralda says, there is someone that I've been looking for here in Barovia. And I'm wondering if this person that owns this wagon here and has been in the tower is it. And I'm thinking that maybe I might wait here to see if they return. If it is who I think it is, I should be safe enough and we may have another ally.
So, like I said, Nazoth was doing that as a joke, so it's very the note's very obvious if anybody wants to take it down.
It's still just hanging on the door.
Yeah, no.
Esmeralda, are you sure that's going to be safe?
Until you came here, I don't think anyone has gotten into this tower before. And I can move everything else that's in the wagon into the tower, and it should be safe enough.
Well, you want to at least tell us who you think it is, just in case they kill you, we could exact revenge on them.
I'm a little hesitant to do so. Their name is... Well, you read the note. That's the person that I'm looking for. And I give you their name. I don't know if it will help you. It could put them in harm's way, and maybe even you if you start using it. But if you think that you can keep this a secret or use it wisely, then I will tell you.
All right, you say it only to Gretchen.
Oh, my word.
Esmeralda looks to Gretchen with kind of raises her eyebrow, like, "You want this responsibility?"
Fine.
Well, the other option is you write it on a piece of paper, and we
That is
put
even
it in.
worse.
I
Paper
put
can be
it in.
stolen.
Yeah. No.
I put it in my pocket. Nobody will know what it means. It'll just be a name in a pocket.
I'll attempt to keep the name safe.
She moves over to the tower, kind of around the side. Actually goes into the tower. She says, "Follow me. I'll tell you what I know.
All
And
right.
you'll have to be the keeper of this information."
Hey guys, 1 gold to whoever.
Thanks,
gets Gretchen to
Garrison.
tell it. Oh, you're welcome. Guys, everybody else, 1 gold to whoever gets Gretchen to tell us the name.
Oh my word.
All right, so Gretchen, you step inside while the rest conspire, and Esmeralda brings you in, and kind of amongst these golems, starts kind of leans in and whispers to you. "The person I'm seeking is a doctor by the name of Rudolf van Richten. He was a scholar from the lands of Darkon. I believe that he is here. He and I, we share a history, but I have not seen him for some time. I do not know if he lives or if he is even still here, but I am almost certain that he is the one that owns that wagon out there and has been in residence here in this tower. That story, on that note, that is his story."
Huh. Well, he seems to be quite troubled.
He is complicated. Very complicated. But he is also quite the hunter.
All right.
It is
And-
likely that he is hiding somewhere here in these lands, if he is here at all. He will not be using his name. He might not even be using his own face. And she gives you a description of him. She says he's an older man. He's in his 60s, but he's still quite spry for his age. Slightly balding, but whitish hair. Usually wears spectacles. He's a human. Dresses well. And like I said, he is a doctor, so he is an academic. Very well spoken. Very knowledgeable about many subjects.
And why are you keeping his name so secret?
Well, you read in that note. His enemies, they know his name. And if it is known that he is here, they will be seeking him too. Hopefully they don't already know.
Well, I mean, the wagon isn't exactly inconspicuous, but...
Well, you did notice the trap within?
Out of character. I'm not sure if I remember that. There's a trap?
Yes. Quite a dangerous one. If you look in there again, you'll see that there are a couple of barrels of explosive powder and a wire rigged below. Anybody that opened that door, big boom.
Well, I'm glad that didn't happen.
So am I.
Well,
Might have been the end of all of our stories.
Oh boy. Well, I'll keep his name in confidence.
But also keep your eyes out for him as well. If he doesn't return here, you may find him somewhere else in the land, or maybe you might get lucky and maybe he'll find you.
So look for an old man in a disguise. Got it. That'll
An
be
older man,
easy, I'm
yes.
sure.
He won't be like the rest of those here, I don't think. He is good at blending in, but he is not a local. And if you haven't noticed yet, you will. Many of the folk here in Barovia, they have
quite
a sort
odd.
of lack of... There's a glint in the eye of those that have life within them. And many of those that I've encountered here in Barovia, they seem to lack that little glint. Almost as if there's a piece of them missing.
That's interesting. These lands are so strange.
speed. If you find that you need help, or if you need refuge, come back here. The protections on this tower are significant.
Gretchen looks around. All right. All right. Thank you, Esmeralda.
Good luck to you. And good luck to your friends as well.
I think we'll need all of the luck we can manage to get. Oh, Garrison. I don't know what I'm gonna do with him.
She hands you a scroll. She says, this is the scroll to remove curse. You said that you may be able to use it?
I believe so, yes.
Things are desperate. You may need this for them. I think that choice was a very unwise choice to make. And
Agreed.
you and the rest of you might live to regret it.
Agreed. Thank you. I will hopefully get to use this at some point.
She nods and then she steps towards the door. Let's say our goodbyes then. I think you still have a bit of time left in the day to travel.
Yeah, we better get going.
Esmeralda and Gretchen return from the tower. And Esmeralda starts heading over to the wagon. She says, I'll start moving things into the tower to make sure that they're safe. Anything that you don't think that you'll need from here, I'll move within. And if this is indeed the person's wagon that I think it is, then anything you do take, I will be able to explain as it was necessary. I'll say that I took it and used it.
I'm fine with that.
I told Gretchen here that if you need some place to hide, someplace safe, see if you can make it back here.
All right. Well, should we get going?
Yes.
What else do we have to do? We got to keep on our mission, guys. We got to get a wedding dress.
What is our mission?
Wedding dress.
Get a wedding dress.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I don't know, visit one
And
of the
kill the
shrines in
vampire and
the-
steal his powers from us. I mean, free this land.
All right. I'm assuming you guys wave your goodbyes to Esmeralda. She wishes you good luck and kind of gives another sort of significant look to Gretchen and a bit of a worried look at Garrison. And she heads back to the tower and seals herself within after unloading this thing.
Can I ask a question before she does that?
Sure.
Since I have this deck, can you just show me how to properly draw one card the way that you know how?
What I do is different than what you might do. It's not simply just the drawing of the card. It takes... There's a sort of energy that needs to be done, and it's something that cannot teach you in just a moment. It's not
Would
something I
you
can teach even in a
recommend
day.
Spending the time just shuffling to get used to them?
That's what I would suggest you do. Keep them in your hands, focus on them. Like I told your other friend. She gestures towards Bimothy. She'd spent a little bit of time with Bimothy, kind of showing him the ropes of how to draw a card. But she'll warn you, she said that this is power of these cards. It's not so much in the card itself, although there are some decks that are magical. It is more in the power of the being that draws them. And I must say, I don't suspect that any of you might have that talent. It is even rare amongst my people. But who knows? Maybe the cards will speak to you.
All right, thank you.
Does Jareth want to draw one for fun?
Oh yeah, he does.
Oh no.
Hold on a second.
Yes! Join the cult of Taroka!
Oh no.
Should I pick a random number between 1 and 52?
Yeah, I got a generator.
Oh, okay.
You don't have your own physical deck of Taroka cards?
God, I wish.
Yeah.
I have a link to see some.
There's a generator that I use, which is really easy. Shows the card, tells you what it means, and I can put it right here as I already drew. You focus for a moment, just as she taught Timothy, holding the cards, shuffling them, and then drawing one at random. And what comes up is the philanthropist, the 2 of coins. I'll put it over here. This card represents charity and giving on a grand scale. Those who use wealth to fight evil and sickness. If you think this has any meaning for you, then you tell us. If
I
not,
believe yes.
then maybe you do have a talent for it. Or maybe the cards are calling to you.
Honestly, this feels like Jareth.
It does, actually.
That's so weird.
Told you before, the Taroka cards never lie.
All right.
All right, you guys head out?
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to
All
go.
Yeah. We'll get down the road. It stinks that we're leaving her behind, but if you need us, maybe do something magical. So weren't we headed to Valaki?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
On the road again.
Alrighty. You leave the tower, the wizard's tower. You're on sort of like these sort of side roads. They are there used to be cobblestones here, but now they're mostly covered and grass kind of growing up from them. Do you head back to the main road, or do you take the little side path around?
It's definitely faster to take this side path, right?
Mm-hmm. Sure would.
Yeah. Plus, we love the woods now. We're friends.
Sure
with all the
would.
woods.
Sure would. Forest.
Yeah. Let's go to Nottingham.
Alrighty.
I vote north.
The little voice in the sky that would be the dungeon master. It sounds like he wants us to go north, so I'm voting south. I'm kidding. Is that metagaming? I don't know.
That is
Yeah.
Quite
I
literally.
don't mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to take the less traveled road through the deep forest, or do you want to go to the regular road that just kind of goes around? It would take you a little bit longer to go this way. You know, it'd probably maybe another 20, 30 minutes to go that way. This would be a lot quicker.
So which
Not,
road
not
has
dangerous at all.
which road has the sunshine and rainbows, and which road has the creepy forest?
None of them do. They're both kind of the same. The only difference is that this is a less traveled road, and it's more overgrown.
Everything's creepy here.
Yep.
Well, let's take the less traveled road.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
All right.
I've got
Hey,
a
now
bad
you're
feeling
an
about this,
all-star.
guys.
On the road again. Hoping we don't die on the road again.
Alrighty then. You guys begin making your way down this road, and you get about, what is this? That's about a mile or so. So maybe about 20 minutes later or so, you guys are making your way through this road, and it's the trees kind of climb in over you. This looks very much sort of like Sleepy Hollow. Mists off in the trees all around you. The road's overgrown. All these trees seemingly like just crouching over you, like just waiting to pounce. It feels like you can barely see the sky above, and when you do catch glimpses of it, it's just this gray, misty expanse.
Rouse tries to scare Bimothy. Boo.
like
Timothy-
really tries to him? Like how
No,
so?
no, like kind of just like sneaks up behind him and goes ooga booga. And sees what he does.
Oh no.
Thing is,
How hard
kids
is
like my noise. I was screaming very loud.
Sorry.
Timothy just screams.
Yeah, he screams. I was
Oh.
trying to do it, but my noise cancellation was too powerful.
Discord is like, no screaming, please.
No. Yeah, Bimothy just starts running.
Oh, wait,
All
no,
right,
Bimini,
Bimothy.
it's just me. It's just me. It's little old me. Little
No.
me. It's just a joke.
Bimini, you start running away from Riles, and you're
Riles
kind of running
chases
ahead of the
him.
group, like almost into the mists. Everybody else is kind of a little bit behind as Bimothy runs off screaming. Bimothy, you find yourself kind of suddenly in the mist, almost by yourself. You can hear your companions behind you, and you can hear Riles like saying, "No, Bimothy, no!"
Riles
Wherever
is
you were just saying.
running at
Riles
his
is running too?
25. Yeah, his 25 feet, so it's pretty
How
slow.
fast
Yeah,
does
with
Bimothy
my
run?
It's
but Timothy is 35.
35. So you easily outpass.
I'm
So
so
Riles
much
and
faster
Bimothy
than
both
you.
end up sort of like in the misty road, like kind of separated from each other, and the rest of the group is a little bit behind. Bimothy, you're the furthest ahead, and then you find yourself suddenly all alone. You can hear Riles behind you, but he's off in the mist as well. And suddenly you hear something coming from ahead of you. It sounds like the clopping step of horse hooves, just like that of a cantering horse.
Timothy tries to hide behind a tree.
All right, give me a roll stealth. All righty.
Stealth barbarian.
Pretty stealthy.
Sneak attack. Rogue.
Sneak
Multi-class.
Bimothy, you dive off into the bushes to the side, and you're hiding in the bushes when you see this horse emerge from the mists coming from the direction ahead of you. And you can hear suddenly like the jingle of a little bit of metal. And you realize that like that there is a figure sitting atop it wearing chain armor. But as it comes down the road and passes you, you realize that the figure on top of this horse is a skeleton wearing armor. Most of it is covered with like the armor. It's got a helm on, but you see like its face, kind of that skeletal type face, just staring straight ahead as it just canters down the road in the direction of your companions, and in the direction of Riles, who is calling out for you ahead. Riles, give me a perception check.
Okay. Riles to perceive. Will he perceive? Let's find out. No, the first one. I didn't mean to roll it twice.
No.
Riles perceives nothing. He's still running.
So, Riles,
Bimothy!
you're just you're calling out for Bimothy, and you hear nothing. Bimothy, do you do anything as this like thing is making its way through the fog in the direction of Riles?
That's the thing that I hate, is I'm having to decide whether or not Timothy is brave enough to warn or distract the guy.
Oh.
I'm gonna give you 5
Four.
seconds to decide.
Does he have fear paralysis?
3,
Fear paralysis.
Yeah, fear
Two.
paralysis. Yeah, Timothy will 100% just freeze and not say anything.
All right, Riles, you're up in the mist, kind of on your own. You've lost sight of Bimothy, and then suddenly you turn around, and emerging from the mist, or like right almost in your face, is this towering horse that rises up, like its hooves kind of in the air right near you, and you see this figure atop the back of it that is just holding on, and this you can hear like the sounds of jingling chain. And the horse, by the way, makes no sort of like neigh or sound. And you realize as its hooves come back down right before you that the horse has no eyes, and that its skin is rotting and falling off. And the figure on top of it is an armored skeleton that just holds onto the reins and stares straight ahead. What do you do?
I run back.
You just turn and hightail it?
Yeah.
Disengage.
Well, disengage.
Disengage.
Run away.
All right.
Yeah. Roll initiative.
Yeah, let's roll initiative real quick. I don't have your token up here, but just roll an initiative. All right, you're super fast. There's no way that this thing is going to beat that.
Pew, pew.
Well, no, there's a chance. Hold on. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
That's a nat 20.
Oh,
I think a nat 20 would win. I don't
What's
know.
the bonus?
Unless it's like a
Depending on what
minus
rolls you're doing, it
one or
would-
just a 0.
what's the skeleton's bonus?
Ah!
It is plus 2.
I hate you.
Guys, I messed up. I messed up bad. It
Oh my
was just a
God.
little prank on little old Bimothy.
All right,
It's
so
that we're in
but it's not
combat.
this. It's not really the skeleton that attacks you. It's you're moving to disengage, right? Actually, wait, you rolled a 20. You're actually faster than the horse, and the skeleton is on the horse itself. And you're kind of a little bit, you're just far enough away that this skeleton like does not like you turn to run, and you don't know if this thing is attacking you or whatnot, but it does not make any sort of motion to do so, and you run off away from it. You didn't even like take long enough to like really look at this thing and see what like the deal was, but you're just like, oh shit, I'm dying, I'm dead, and you just turn to run, and you expect any moment for like a sword or something to slash into you, but nothing happens.
It's
And
like
you run off into the mist, and go ahead.
it's like the Pirates of the Caribbean scene. You know, Jack Sparrow's running and everyone's chasing after him, but he's just running. And running. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I got it. Yeah. So
the rest of the group, you hear this from ahead, maybe 40 yards or something like that away, and then suddenly Riles comes running out of the mist from down the road in your direction at like top speed, his top 25-foot movement rate speed.
Esmeralda said the woods be tricky. Quick, kill it.
Kill what? Kill Riles?
no, don't kill me! Don't kill me! Don't kill
Oh,
me!
No.
it's the spirit of the mist.
We lost Bibothy. We're running.
What do you mean
back.
we? You were with him.
I lost
with
Bibothy. Bibothy's dead. Bibothy's gone. We're moving on.
Where is he?
He's dead.
Where is he? Where did you leave him?
You saw his body? What happened?
No,
You guys
I
suddenly-
didn't.
all-
There was
all of you
nothing
suddenly
left.
all of you suddenly hear the sound of hoof, of these, the horse hooves on the cobblestones ahead, coming in, and you see this figure emerging from the fog ahead, about 30 yards
Garrison.
away.
That's
Harrison
Bimothy.
sprints at it.
Yes.
Harrison sprints at this clobbering and just Bimothy! And he's just running straight at whatever's coming at them.
You run straight at it, and you see the same thing. You see this horse with a mounted skeleton atop it, holding on like desperately to the reins of this horse as it's just cantering slowly in your direction. What do you do?
Try to tackle the skeleton off the horse.
Try to tackle the skeleton off the horse? All right. Roll to hit. Roll an athletics check.
What did you do to Bimothy? I'm coming, buddy.
You grab this skeleton
Nice.
and you rip it right from its seat and throw it to the ground. You realize that this skeleton has no weapon. It was seemingly holding the thing it was holding in its hand, which maybe you thought was a shield or something at first. Turns out to be just an unlit lantern. Its arm breaks, a lantern kind of flies off to the ground, and the skeleton, as it hits the ground, just kind of turns its skeletal face to look at you and opens its mouth, but no sound comes out. Everybody roll initiative.
What did you do to Bimothy?
Even Bimothy?
I don't know how we're going to.
Yeah, Bimothy, you can roll too.
Okay.
Well, you know what? Here, 1 second. I'll bring up a map here. I can put something up here.
Wait. Oh. Garrison is screaming at the skull that's on the ground that he just tackled. And he's just, where's Bimothy?
1 moment. Let me just find a little. Will that work?
Mills, what did you do?
All right, I'll just use the same one we sort of used before. Ball flew around. This is a nondescript forest road. Where'd it go? Where'd my forest road go?
Maybe it's lost.
No, I got another one. It's right here. I just thought I had one already set up, but I did not. I gotta throw it up real quick.
Sure, it's not at least a little descript.
Well, you'll see. It is what it is. What direction this? Here we go. Yeah, this is okay. Let me grab your tokens, throw you out on this page, and we'll be good in just a second. Going to be our map. Put you guys here. I'm going to throw Bimothy down here. Garrison is going to be here. I'll grab the horse. Come on, horse.
Bring our initiative back up.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, we'll use this for the horse
A horse, of course.
and the skeleton.
Of course.
Unless, of course, it's a talking horse.
Of course, it's a nat 20 on the throwaway roll.
That's always the greatest. I don't need this roll. That's a 20.
Did you roll before that?
Yeah, it's anybody not in here?
Yeah, so I don't see a roll before that 23. Yeah, isn't 23 your roll?
No, that's the roll I need to get me on the initiative list. I changed it to my first roll.
I'm just confused because I don't see a first roll except for that one.
That's why I needed a throwaway roll, because my first roll wasn't showing up.
Huh. All right.
But my first roll was a 6 for initiative, but I had to
Oh,
reload.
it didn't send over to roll 20. It was just
Yeah, and I had to re-roll a bunch of things. So
All right.
I had to reload a bunch of things, and then when I re-rolled to get my name on the list, so I could change it, it was an at 20.
It seems
Because
good
of course
too.
it was.
Nasoth is a little quicker than Jareth. Riles, I think, is going to be faster than Garrison, I'm assuming. Garrison is a Garrison's a +3, and Riles is a... What is Riles?
+4.
Whoop.
So nimble.
That's a little bugger.
4.
Alrighty then. Riles is the first one to go. As Garrison runs up, grabs the skeleton, and just rips it from the back of the horse and pulls it down to the ground. Somehow. Without hands.
Right.
Tackled. It was like
Tackled. Pushed it off the other end.
Tackled.
They pushed it off the horse.
Vicious mockery. You're ugly.
Alrighty.
Hey, I just don't have hands. I'm not ugly.
Not you.
Did you already? Okay, there we go. Wisdom save.
Fail. Ah.
Fail.
Disadvantage.
3 points.
You're
Turns
ugly
towards
and
you.
disadvantage.
Takes 3 points of damage as his skull kind of cracks a little bit. I don't know how you do psychic damage to a skeleton, but whatevs. Does Vicious Mockery, is there a limitation for intelligence on that?
By the
Display.
If the target can hear you, doesn't need to understand you. Wisdom save, damage. Yeah, there's no limit. This is one of those spells that's kind of broken. Vicious Mockery, a pile of goo for some reason. Alrighty. Is that for
You're
Riles?
stinking and you're rotting. Yeah, that's it for Riles.
Alrighty. Then we go to Garrison. Again. Skeleton is like
Oh, wait.
kind of...
One more thing. I give
wait.
Garrison Bardic Inspiration.
Alright. Bardic for Garrison.
It hurts. So the skeleton and I are on the ground.
Yeah.
Garrison will get up and he's going to try to crunch it with his foot.
Alright.
Kind of step down on it.
Yeah, I
while
think
the
technically
whole
it would
time,
be prone.
yeah, whatever. Yelling at Riles, "What did you do to Timothy?
We lost him.
What do you mean? Where is he?" And it's just kind of like taking his anger out on this skeleton. Does a 16 hit the skeleton head?
A 16 hits it and smashes its skull, and it just stops moving entirely.
Oh, that was easy.
But it just turns and looks right at Riles. "Where is he? Timothy!" And that's his turn.
All right. Gretchen's up.
All right. I think I'm just gonna cast Sacred Flame.
All righty. On the horse?
On the horse.
The horse rears and the sacred flame misses.
All right.
Quick horse.
It rolled well.
Did.
All right.
Anything else for
and-
Gretchen?
No, that'll do it.
Bimothy, you're down the road, hiding. You hear your friends calling out for you, and you're a crunch of bone.
Timothy's gonna continue to hide.
All right. Skeletal horse goes. It rears up, its hooves lashing out at Garrison. AC 13. And it smashes, I think, off your armor. Does no damage to you, I'm assuming.
Hits him in like the chest plate. Doesn't do anything.
All right. The horse just seems to be attacking the nearest thing to it. Nazoth is up.
All right. Let's just blow this thing up.
Eldritch Blast. Blam. 8 points of damage. Doesn't destroy the horse, but it definitely knocks some bits of rotting flesh off of it. Anything else for Nazoth?
Nope.
All right, Jareth.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna move up. Bonus action, Shillelagh. And whack that thing upside of the head.
Tried your best to hit it. Still has a little bit of barding on it that blocks that blow. 9 will not hit.
Damn. That's it.
Riles.
Another vicious mockery for the horse. I'm just gonna say, why the long face?
Oh.
Hey, all right. All right, let's getting good.
The horse goes.
Yeah.
The horse looks sad for a skeleton.
I was born this way.
That's it for us.
Alrighty. Then we go to Garrison.
Garrison attempts to punch his stub into the center cavity of this horse to pull out Bimothy because he thinks the horse ate him. Where's my friend? And he just punches like the center
Same thing.
carapace.
Yeah. You
Hurts his stub. Bimothy!
Is that it for Garrison?
Yeah, that's his turn.
All right, Gretchen.
Right, I will toll the dead.
Alrighty.
It's gonna do almost no damage.
Ooh.
The horse has got plot armor, at least for one more
It
round.
really does. That's awesome. All right, I'm done.
All right. Bimothy.
Still hiding.
Alrighty.
I take the cower action.
Give me a perception check, Bimothy.
Ooh.
Perception. 16.
All right. Things are quiet in your neck of the woods. You can hear your friends fighting for their lives. Skeletal horse goes again. Tries to attack. It's got 2 targets at this point. I'm just going to random to see who it goes for. Either Garrison or Jareth. 1 to 2 Garrison, 3 for Jareth. Garrison continues attacking you with its hooves with disadvantage. Misses. AC 9. Again, just the vicious mockery keeps it distracted long enough that you guys get another chance to bring it down. Nazoth is up.
Nazoth
That
only
hits.
has one button.
Blam! Another solid hit. More bones fly, but the warhorse still stands. Is that it for Nazoth?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, then we go to Jareth.
I'm just gonna Shillelagh again. Let's see what happens. The exact same roll.
Oh,
Even
test
same
your
damage.
make another roll real quick. Let's make sure you're not broken.
Master of Nines.
Nope,
There
not
we
broken.
go.
Just bad
But
luck.
I mean, the damage was the same as last as well.
Right, but
It
I mean, I don't know. You got a 1 in 8 chance of doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Just weird. Alrighty, we go to Riles. This thing looks pretty messed up. Like it's probably going down very fast.
Sorry, I'm just looking for another horse joke. You look sick. We're beating you up. We're sending you to the hospital. I don't know. That's the best I got, guys. I had one
It's
banger.
time for you to go out to
It's
pasture.
pretty into
Oh, that's a
glue.
good one. Oh yeah, dude. Now we're talking. Turn him into glue. Yeah, I like that one, Gretchen.
Another
Oh.
3 points of damage. Oops.
Can I
The
insult this
horse.
horse to death?
But the insult did not kill it.
Ah.
Garrus, it's up to Garrison, I think. And maybe
All right.
Gretchen.
Are you sick or are you always this horse? I don't know.
No.
Hey, that's the best I got. Die, horse! Give me back my friend.
Blam! You hit it, and its head goes flying off into pieces, and it collapses inert to the ground. You dig into the ribs, but you don't see Bimothy within it.
No, Bimothy! He drops to his knees and puts his stubs in the air. Bimothy!
We'll look for him. I'm sure he's fine.
What do you mean fine? We don't even know where we are.
He's only been gone for less than a minute. He's fine. It's fine. See, it's fine that it's fine. It's gonna be fine.
I love how you're saying it's fine
Roll a persuasion check.
for yourself.
Yeah.
just to convince Garrison, maybe to convince yourself that it's going to be fine.
Oh, I thought I clicked it. Nothing happened. Let me try it again.
Oh
Like-
man!
Oh boy, I rolled
Things
a
are not
three.
going to be fine.
No.
Oh, things are not gonna be fine.
Bimothy, even from far away, you hear Gretchen saying, "Don't worry, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine," and you don't believe it at
Fine.
all.
It's fine.
Something's
Everything's
horribly
okay.
wrong, and you can hear it in Gretchen's voice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bimothy is like desperately trying to make himself less visible. He's like he hears that it's not gonna like he hears that it's fine and he's just like it's not gonna be fine. Like yeah, he's trying to hide as much as possible.
You guys want to spread out and try to find Bimothy?
Can I roll survival?
Yeah, Riles, where did you
You're going
lose
to need
him?
perception check because he's hiding.
Find him, Bimothy.
Timothy, you sure you want to be alone out there?
You guys start making your way down the road, and Jareth is the first to find him. You see him hiding in the bushes. I think you rolled like a 16 or 17?
I rolled a 17, yeah.
17. Jareth, eventually you spot Bimothy further down the road when you guys move along. You're calling out to him a little bit, and then Jareth, you see him cowering behind a bush.
It's dead, Bimothy. You can come out now.
What?
Yeah, it was a
Wait.
skeleton horse. It's dead.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So are you sure? Maybe
Yes.
Gretchen didn't sound too sure. She said it was fine, but I don't think I don't think it's fine. It's
Now,
Wait.
permission to slap him.
What did you say? You're going to slap him?
Naz,
asking for
to slap
permission.
him.
Oh.
asking for permission from
course I
not the
have
guy
Naz.
himself.
Does Nazoth want to take any sort of corporal punishment type of options here, or does he just ignore Bimothy hiding in the bushes?
I mean, yeah, I'll fire chill touch at him, but no, I'm more interested in the skeleton.
The skeleton now is a
Anything
crushed
interesting?
skull. It's wearing rusty old armor that's pretty much useless. Same thing with the horse. Looks like a soldier that has been wandering about, maybe on its horse, for years. The only thing you have
Amateur
is that
necromancy.
there is a hooded lantern that you could maybe salvage that was in its hands. It does not have any oil or a wick or anything like that. It's going to take it needs oil, and it's going to need like a new wick. But if you want like a hooded lantern or a beacon lantern, you can grab it.
Yeah, I'll grab it.
Old rusty lantern. A little bit of prestidigitation and some oil, and this thing might work for you. Garrison, you are led by Jareth pretty quickly to Bimothy. Everybody else finds him as well. He seems fine.
Oh,
More coming.
Bimothy.
I
Oh,
can
Bimothy.
smack him. Just to
It's
get
fine.
Don't smack
Like
him.
I said.
Oh, come here. Come here.
All I got was the 3. I doubt I did anything.
Oh, a 3 to hit.
Just a simple
Yeah,
unarmed
that
strike.
misses.
That misses.
I'm just trying to smack him to get him to stop cowering. I'm not trying to
He's-
actually do anything.
He's just hitting you because he loves you. He's don't worry. Come here, Bimothy. It's so
It's gonna
good to
hurt
see
me a
you.
lot more than it hurts you.
Ow!
Bimothy, don't ever leave us again.
What? I'm sorry. Ryle scared me, and then I ran off, and then I was alone, and then there was the skeleton that was thing, and I didn't know what to do, so I just hid, and I hate this place so much. Why are we here?
It's all Riles'
Shut
fault.
up! Shut up!
That hits. That'll hit.
Stop hitting him. What are you doing?
Okay, it's
Why
not doing
are
any
you hitting
damage.
our friends?
There's no damage. It's fine.
It looks
No, it's
aggressive.
okay. It's okay. I deserve it. I ran off.
No,
Sorry.
no. This is gonna give him emotional trauma. Don't need to
Snap out of
apologize.
it.
Jareth, that's not how we show love here.
I just love that I can't do damage with it. So all the better.
It's just hitting. You just. What are you hitting me with? Just your hand?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
just a slap. A slap that stings but does no damage.
All right. I assume that you get Bimothy back and moving after a few moments. The skeletal warrior's gone. Remains kind of left along the road. You guys just leave it there. Bones of this scattered across the road of a skeleton and its horse.
Yeah, nobody travels on this road anyway.
All right.
At least throw it off the path.
Well, what if it collects itself? You know, maybe it'll get back up and going. You know.
Let's just
All
move
right.
on.
Well, let's keep going before Bimothy gets lost again. Bimothy, you want to tie yourself to one of us or anything?
I mean, sure, but look. I don't. This place is horrible. I hate. It is. This is absolutely the worst. This has been the worst week of my life. I hate this place. This is terrifying. I don't want to be here.
I put my arm
don't-
around his shoulder and say, "The worst week of your life so far."
That's right. Way to look on the other side of it. Think about it.
I just
You're not
don't
dead.
know what to do.
Well, we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna turn into a werewolf. We're gonna get my hands back. We're gonna convince people to help us kill this Strahd fella, and we're gonna leave here. Or the Visanis somehow are gonna take us out of here. Either way, Bimothy, we're getting out of here alive. All right.
I hope, because man, this sucks.
Not for long.
I don't know how any of you guys are able to be so brave in this place. It's just so hard.
I'm running on a lot of vengeance myself, and a really, really big ego.
And I just don't give a shit.
Yeah, that would be nice.
And I'm just tired of your shit.
What?
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I tried to make a joke.
No, it's alright.
I don't mean it. I'm
Bimothy's like,
just
it's
playing.
okay. I suck.
It's okay.
No.
It's okay.
Timothy alone?
Just playing along,
Sure.
Timothy. You know I don't mean it. I'm just playing along.
Leave Timothy alone.
Don't just
I'm
start Naz off.
Bad character.
I'm sorry. Naz was just rubbing off on me after a while.
All right,
No,
everybody
it's
group back up.
fine.
We're sticking together. Buddy system. Nobody goes anywhere without someone else, and nobody comes back without the other one. All right, Riles.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought you were gonna say something after that. Sorry, it just sounded like you were gonna say something after that.
I think he was probably holding back, saying something mean. That's what it sounded like.
It did.
I feel like it was like, Riles, you. Is this like a dad that's like lost his patience, doesn't have any words? That's what it felt like. I don't know if that's what it was.
All right, everybody, let's go together. Marching forward. Bimothy, Stay between us.
Okay.
All right. You guys move off along the road. Another 15, 20 minutes or so later, you come out and meet the main road again, the Old Svalich Road. You turn east there, and you see a bridge ahead. The road here kind of comes through, like, there's a T section that you're at. You know that the southern road eventually will head down to the ruins of Berez, which is another village that apparently has been abandoned here in Barovia. You know that the road heading back the way you sort of southwest goes back the way you came. That road looks kind of clear and somewhat open and a lot less creepy than the one you just came down. And then the other direction going north east heads to a bridge here. You also notice at the crossroads here that there's a wooden, I should say, a wooden signpost at one point, but it seems to have been snapped in half, about maybe 2 or 3 feet or so above the ground. And the rest of the signpost has fallen over, kind of hanging at an angle. The top half of the sign features arms that point in 4 directions. And if you go to look at it, you'll see that the signs indicate Kresk in one direction, Stolenka Pass in another, Lake Baratok, and then Valaki and Ravenloft that are off to the northeast. And Berez is considered is to the southeast. So there's a few different areas. Oh wait, you know what? I got these kind of mixed up. So there's a couple signs. So Kresk and Tolenska Pass are southwest. Lake Baratok is to the northwest. That's the way that you came from. Valaki and Ravenloft to the northeast, and then Berez to the southeast. So the sign is pointing you in all the directions where it could, if it was still up, it would tell you where to go. Luckily for you, you now have a full map of this place, and it's going to be very hard for you to get lost. The road here crosses this bridge, and you head off in that direction because that's where you need to go. No other encounters along the road, and then eventually you come within sight of the village or the town of Valaki. I'm going to bring you guys to a new map here.
New map, new map. I love a new map.
For the town of Valaki. Oh, one second. It's not showing everything. Alrighty.
Erwin Mardukov, Davian's middle son, owns and runs Blue Water Inn in Valaki. What else do I have here?
Zunhai.
I may have info on the 12-fingered man. 200 gold to get to Valaki, get a dress, and be back in 30 days.
Yep, that's about right. All right, bringing you guys to this new map now. You'll be on the left-hand side on the Old Svalich Road. Big map. Shows the whole town. The Old Svalich Road here kind of meanders into this valley. The brooding mountains kind of all to the north and to the south of you. The woods here recede, and you can see that there's this town ahead surrounded by a wooden palisade. Thick fog kind of presses up against the wall in kind of all directions, as though looking for like a way inside. Like you can see like tendrils of fog kind of over the top of the wall and through cracks in some areas, but the town itself seems to be a lot clearer than the surrounding forest and land. There is the dirt road that you're on ends at a set of sturdy iron gates that have a couple of shadowy figures standing behind them, guards set here to watch for those coming and going. Planted in the ground and flanking the road outside the gates are a half a dozen pikes with wolves' heads impaled upon them. Maybe this is one of the reasons why Kirill and his pack don't come here. Seems like these folk are very wary of wolves. Those in Kresk had the same sort of concern about them. And you guys know why, because some of the wolves here are werewolves. Maybe a lot of them. The wall itself that encircles the town is about 15 feet high. It's vertical logs held together with thick ropes, and the top of each log has been sharpened to a point. There are wooden scaffolding that are on the inside that enable guards to kind of stand like at these spots and look out. The gates themselves, as you guys approach, there's a few little buildings outside. They just seem to be homes for those that just couldn't afford a house inside the walls, maybe built after the walls were made. The the gates here are tall. They're made of iron bars, and there are heavy iron chains that hang on the gates, but they are open at the moment because you guys are here in the afternoon. Suspect that these can probably be shut up and locked, and they might do that when the town is on alert or maybe at night. You don't know enough about the place just yet to know when that happens. There are two guards here, a woman and a man that stand inside the gate here. Instead of spears, though, they carry pikes that have kind of a longer reach so that they could stab through the gates if they wanted to. But the gates, like I said, are open at the moment. And these guards, although they seem to be a little suspicious of you, they offer you a kind of a nod and a greeting. Welcome to Vallaki.
Thank you.
They don't stop you.
Could you point us to Mr. Martikov's home and possibly the Blue Water Inn?
That's one and the same. Martikovs live on the second floor of the Blue Water Inn. Just head down the road. You can't miss it. They pointed. They will tell you that it is near the center of town, and it is the largest inn. If you stay on the main road, pass. They point kind of down the road, and you can see that there's a church, like steeple, right here. They say if you go down there, if you pass. One second. If you pass St. Andrew's Church and keep heading along the main road, you'll see it maybe about a quarter mile down on the left-hand side, right near the center of town. Can't miss it. Right there.
Away we go. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right. You step past them and into town and you head down the road. Kind of meanders its way through houses and past this church that you is the first sort of landmark that you see. It's centuries old, this church. It's made of stone, has a bulging steeple at the back and walls that are kind of lined with kind of cracked stone and stained glass windows. You can see that each one of these windows seems to depict a different person, maybe a saint or something like that in a pious type of pose. Some of them holding chalices, other holding like little beams of light, stuff like that. You also notice that there's a fence of wrought iron that encloses a garden of gravestones right next to the church. And you notice that there's sort of a thin mist that creeps along the graves themselves. As this is afternoon, there doesn't seem to be anybody here at the church at the moment. And you pass by, and there's no one there unless you go inside, you don't see anybody. There are a few people kind of moving about on the roads, but none of them are going to the church. What was it?
Is there like an obvious religious whoever deity to the church?
You see above the doorway that sign of the Morning Lord again.
Okay. Gretch, is this a place for you at all?
Let's see. Do I recognize anything?
You would recognize the sign of the Morning Lord, but that would be about it. Seems like this is not a multi-denominational church. It's just for the Morning Lord.
Okay. So it's a temple to Lathander. A shrine at least.
Alright. Well, we're after a wedding dress and an inn, so keep on marching, I guess.
You make your way through the town. Jareth's kind of leading the way, and soon enough, you come to the center of town where you see this two-story building with gray smoke issuing from chimneys. It's got a stone foundation. The roof itself sags a little bit. It's a tiled roof that's sagging a little bit, but it's still in good repair. You also notice that there are several ravens perched up on the roof and kind of on a couple of other rooftops around the square. And you haven't really noticed ravens anywhere else in town. There's a painted sign that hangs above the main entrance that depicts a blue waterfall. This must be the Blue Water Inn, just as the guards told you.
Hey, Gretch.
Yes, Jareth.
Do you
Why
think
are we
that
whispering?
You'll find out in a second. Do you think the ravens, they're more Martikovs? Were ravens?
I mean, probably not. Not every animal can be a were animal, Jareth.
But isn't it weird that the ravens are only here? You know what I mean?
I'm sure it's nothing.
All right.
Out of character. No, there's definitely werewolves or something.
Yeah, were-ravens.
No, they're not ravens.
I was putting two and two. I'm finally thinking here. I love it. All right. Well, I go up to the door and I assume it's open.
Yep, it is open, and you step inside. There is a new map now too for that as well. Bring you guys all over here.
Scroll back up this long list.
On
Make
the
sure we have the
map,
right
on
name.
the map, on the map. The name is Irwin. Urwin.
Erwin Martikov.
Yeah.
Davian's
That's
middle
the-
son.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Where's the main doors? Here they are. All right, bringing you guys to a new map here. Let's make sure that it's actually the way it's supposed to be. Yeah, it'll be on the lower part of this map, sort of a two-section map. You guys will be at the front door, right over here. Step inside the doors. There's about a half a dozen patrons at different tables. A few kind of standing at the bar. Hold on a second here. Guy's not supposed to be there. All right, removing some folks here that I think are not supposed to be here. Well, these guys are supposed to be. Yeah, they're good. All right. There is a woman standing behind the bar, kind of tending to the patrons here. A couple of younger guys at the edge of the bar who kind of turn in their seats and look towards the door as you step inside. They look like they've got like their faces are a little bit red and they got kind of these goofy smiles. They look like they might be a little bit drunk. Others that you notice in the bar, there's a couple others that stand out. And they're at a table kind of right in the middle of the room. Two burly looking guys that also kind of turn and look towards the door as you guys step in. They seem to be sort of sizing you up, like guys who kind of know their way around a weapon or something. The rest of the folk in here look like common folk, dressed simply, and maybe you're just here for a drink. As you step inside, the woman behind the bar raises her head, looks your direction, says, welcome, new visitors. Come in, come in. How can I help you? Welcome to the Blue Water.
We're looking for Erwin Martikov. His father, David, sent us?
Erwin, you're looking for my husband. And my name is
Yes, please.
Danica. You know the Martikovs.
Yes, we got them out of some trouble, unfortunately, with some other bad druids.
Druids. They've had some trouble again then with the those up on the ridge.
Yeah, I'm afraid they had taken over with some blights, but we managed to clear it out.
Helped your father-in-law save the winery and get wine back to town. We're all kind
I
of
see.
good chums.
Well,
Good chums now.
she steps over to the side, kind of lifts up part of the bar so she can step out, and she says, come with me then. I'm sure that, I'm sure that Erwin will be happy to see you. kind of says that, kind of looking your direction to sort of like size up your group a little bit. Let me roll something real quick.
Please don't paint me in the same light as those druids.
Is there room for 6 in his office?
Yeah. You're about to find out.
Packed in there. Like,
Now, the office turns out to not be an office. You step through this door here, and you get your first sort of look at the room beyond. This is actually a kitchen area, and it's pretty big. There are a couple of boys in here, and an older gentleman with a beard who bears a striking resemblance to the other Markovs that you've met. He is in the process of kind of tending to stuff in the fire and preparing food for dinner, you think, for meals for those coming to the Blue Water Inn. He looks up, and the two boys are kind of they're helping kind of scurry things around this large kitchen. Danica steps in and she gestures, "Erwin, we have some visitors. They've come from your father, it seems." Erwin kind of looks up. He's got gets a bit of a scowl on his face when that is when his father is mentioned. You know that Erwin and his father had a falling out years ago, and that that they don't get along. But his father had also said that Erwin would be good to you if on behalf of the family. What's everybody else doing? Jareth is kind of taking the lead here. Is Garrison going with them as well? Who's going to talk to Erwin?
yeah, I'm definitely gonna back up Jareth and whoever wants to be a voice.
I'm just going to sit in the bar and have a drink. Maybe I'll chat up those guys with plot significant icons.
Wah, wah, wah.
Remember, guys, buddies.
There's a lot of them.
Don't go anywhere alone.
Timothy will go to the bar as well. Just kind of sit there.
All right. What about Riles?
Rouse will
There's
go
no
join
stage
the
in
bar.
here for performing, but there's
Yeah.
a couple of tables you could stand on.
No, that's okay. Rouse is gonna go to the bar and just kind of suss out the crowd, I guess, before he starts trying some material.
All right. Was Gretchen following Garrison and Jareth? All right. So as the three of you step inside, Danica
Miles, you can
sees
get us
that
free rooms if you perform.
Danica sees that a couple of you have stopped and gone to the bar, and she kind of just nods to Erwin and says, "Still have customers at the bar." She just looks at your group and gives a little bit of a nod and steps back out.
Thank you. It's a pleasure meeting you, man.
Yes, quite a pleasure.
Likewise. Inside the kitchen area here, Erwin kind of takes this knife that he was cutting up stuff with and kind of jams it into a board and wipes his hands off. What can I help you with? Danica said that my father sent you.
It's quite a long story. I'll do our best to fill you in, but we had went to a town that wouldn't let us in until your father had made a delivery of wine. So we went to the vineyard and found out it was under attack by bad druids and blights, and we managed to help your father and the rest of your family clear them out and deliver the wine.
That is a mouthful. The druids, you say?
The bad
from-
druids. Don't paint me in the same light as them, please.
I say bad druids. In these lands, I have never met a druid that wasn't bad, unfortunately.
It's a good thing I'm not from here. I am
I can
Prince
see
Jareth
that.
Tavarel of the Kingdom of Elithium.
Hmm.
My
I
friend
must say it's not
Garrison and
familiar to me,
Gretchen.
but my lord, welcome to the Blue Water Inn. Your companions?
Garrison and Gretchen here. And the others are at the bar. And you'll see Riles, Timothy, Naz, and I think Giggles is out there somewhere.
Yep, hanging out with. Well, I don't know. Is Giggles with Gretchen, or did Giggles? Giggles is probably waiting with Riles.
Yeah.
and-
He's out
Doesn't
there.
want to be in the kitchen.
Yeah, don't bring a
On
dog
food
into the
day.
kitchen.
You're strangers to this land. I imagine that you've been through quite a bit. If my family has sent you here, well, then I am glad to see your faces. can only assume that you're a good folk if you helped out my family. Whatever I can do for you, I will.
Well,
What brings you to Vallaki?
I think there's two main things we hope to achieve here. We were sent by the Burgermeister with some money to get a wedding dress made for a lovely woman who will be marrying. Well, I won't say his name, but the master of these lands.
Really fair.
That's why I'm not mentioning his name.
Lovely woman.
Yes.
I'm sorry,
and
what? You're looking for a wedding dress for someone who's going to be, you say the lord of this land, you're speaking of.
Yes, we're not going to say his name, but you get what I'm putting down.
I am, but I'm beginning to wonder at your sanity.
The abbot wishes
Yeah.
for a wedding dress.
The abbot.
Yeah.
You've seen the abbot then.
Yes.
Not many see the abbot. Some think that he is.
Mad?
Yes.
Oh, trust me, I found that out as I put my hand on my ribs, remembering the pain.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's all there, but he wishes to have a wedding dress.
Yes, and the second thing is we were hoping to help your father find one of the gems that was either gone missing or stolen.
He sighs because you know that like his father had said that like one of them was lost under his watch. He says, I have very little news of. One of those gems. I'm assuming he told you the story. Stolen
Yes.
while I was on watch. I don't know who took it. I have my suspicions, but no proof. And my suspicions only lead to something very dangerous. But did you say that there was another one stolen? Are they all gone now?
Yes, the bad druids took the last one.
Well, then they would have taken it to Yester Hill.
Quick out of character question: what happened to the first one again? We talked.
The
about
first
that.
one went missing 10 years ago. The second one a few months ago, and then the third one
Oh, okay.
like a week ago or
So
something.
the
like
first
that.
one is the one that went missing under his watch.
Yeah.
Okay,
Caused
so-
Erwin to basically leave the winery, leave the family. He moved to Vallaki. He was that's how bad things were. 10 years ago, that was the falling out that he had with his father.
Okay, so the second one is the one I'm trying to remember what happened to.
Let me go back and refresh. All right, so the second one 3 weeks ago, they believe that it was dug up and taken by servants of Baba Lysaga, who is like a witch that lives in the forest.
Oh yes, okay, yeah, okay.
The first one, the one
I'll-
10 years ago, they have no idea where that one went.
So I'll fill in what happened to the third one and the second one to Erwin.
The second one, yeah, he's already said, I think that's at Yester Hill, and you guys already know that too. The 3 weeks ago, the one you're talking about, Baba Lysaga, so he 3 weeks ago, he probably wouldn't even know about that until you mentioned it to him. And when you start talking about Baba Lysaga, he kind of blows out some air like that's a big thing to process. But he says if you're really planning to try to get these back, Baba Lysaga is a dangerous individual. Very dangerous. You might even have better luck facing the druids if you've already fought them off. And you're pretty far from there. You're here in Vallaki because of the gems, though? It's like you're going the other way, the wrong direction.
Well, mostly for the dress, but we were kind of hoping we might jog your memory to what happened to the first one. I know it's a long shot, but if anything you can remember from the time it went missing would help us maybe find it.
I've racked my brain for a decade. And if I knew anything, I would tell you. It just vanished one day. And there was no sight or sound of whoever or whatever took it. Not even tracks.
I, for one, don't think you had anything to do with it.
My suspicions, I should say, about that is that I believe that The Lord took it as
Okay.
some sort of punishment.
Okay. So let's
Well,
just
let's-
forget about that one, and we'll probably focus on the second or third one, I assume.
Or let's focus on the dress.
Yes. Is there a tailor or seamstress in this village?
Perhaps your wife no longer needs hers from after yours.
Oh, ours was a very common wedding. I'm not even sure she has it still.
Yes, we'll probably need something special made for the bride of the lord of the land.
I'm not so sure. We're required to retrieve a wedding dress, and it may be harder to come across, and I don't think we should be so picky. If you'd be willing to ask your wife, or maybe just be willing to look without asking her, for as we all know, penance is cheaper than permission.
You want me to ask my wife?
Or just look without asking, whichever one you're more comfortable with.
I could ask around for you. Let me think for a moment.
Do you need
So
a hand preparing the
if
meal?
you're looking for you know that you're looking for something fine, like not some sort of common dress.
Mhm.
His suggestion would be to maybe talk to the Watchers, to Lady Watcher. She's one of the most wealthy individuals in town, and if their family has one from before, maybe it is still in good condition. They're the sort of folk that might keep it. But there is also, I believe, a seamstress somewhere in town as well. Give me 1 second to look that up.
Lady Watcher, like a weird perv, that's their name.
No, I think she's the lady
That's
of the household.
the name of their household is the Watchers.
Right, but she's Lady Watcher.
Yes.
Okay,
Not someone
sorry.
that watches ladies.
I know, but when I typed it out, I was like, okay.
It's actually it's spelled strangely. It's not like watch. It's like it's a German spelling of it. So like Wachter or something like that.
Well, that's good.
Does she have an actual name?
I'll give these to you in just a second. So
Shit.
he suggests two things. Hold on a second here. One is to maybe go to Lady Watcher. The other is to perhaps go to the burgomaster of Vallaki. His wife, the Baroness Lydia Petrovna, they were married just a few years ago, and she had a beautiful dress. And he
Oh.
imagines that that is probably still in their household.
I like
Although
that
it would
idea.
probably cost a bit to get it.
Right.
Well, we were given allowance of 100 gold to buy it. You think that would do it?
Perhaps.
Right, 100.
All right. Well,
Let
what
me give you both these names real quick.
Okay.
if you had to
Just
guess?
looking at Garrison like, what?
I mean, homie, we walked all the way over.
And we're probably gonna get a reward once we get back.
No, we get what's left.
All right. All right. Lady Fiona Watcher is one. Let me put her name down. She is one of the older residents here. Lives in an old house. Rarely leaves it. You're gonna have to go to her estate and convince her to let you in for to speak with her. And your other option is Lady or Baroness Lydia Ravna, the wife of Valaki's burgomaster, Baron Vargas Vilakovic. I'm going to put both of them in here.
Yeah, I vote for the second one.
One
I
moment.
don't know. You know, man, we travel with an entertainer You think that maybe we could have him do a whole
did?
show and you're not in this room. Oh yeah, you are. Yeah, it's small guy, tries real hard.
Timothy's not an entertainer.
Oh,
Yeah,
Thinks he is.
every time I try to entertain people, they just boo me.
Oh. Everything about Timothy makes me sad.
That's the goal.
Yes, I know you're talking about Riles.
well, I was just thinking maybe he could do like a thing, and we
You
could
want
impress one of
Riles
these.
to entertain these people? Oh.
I
Oh.
just want him to like do a thing for like he's a celebrity. People like watching celebrities do things, and then maybe that would butter him up. I mean, what else is he coming around with us for? He's useless.
I mean, he's like shot things and he does magic.
Does he?
He
Does
does.
he? He lost Timothy.
Well, yeah, that was a mistake. That shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, he's
I'm
about
just
as useless as a monk with no arms.
Thank God,
Not a
thank God
monk.
we don't have those. So yeah, what do you think? I don't know. Hey, Riles. He's like yells out to the bar. Would you do stand up for some rich people?
Sure.
Yeah, you see
Can
that?
you do stand up for rich people?
I'd be great at it. Rich people love me.
Okay.
That's how we met him.
You remember that meeting, right?
Yeah.
There was angry people and you attacked. It was all bad.
Everything worked out fine. Karma got
See,
what it
I'm
wanted.
trying not to use that word as much.
Listen, karma got what it wanted. He lied. He got knocked out. We all became friends. It was a beautiful blossoming to look what we have now.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed that meet cute, but I don't know if...
As you guys are yelling out about like, entertaining or whatnot, these two guys at the end of the bar kind of look down, and you can tell that they're brothers. And they're like, entertaining? You an entertainer? Who's the entertainer? I can't see that. You're going to have to like step out. You're real short.
Maybe if you guys weren't so cross-eyed, you could see better. Watch who you're talking with that stuff. He's only short to us. He's tall to everyone else.
I'm just saying I can't see him. I got to put him up on like a big... There you go. You just climb up on the
Yeah.
bar.
Hey, don't get short with me.
That's a good one. That's a good one. They start laughing at you.
Oh, thank God they're drunk.
Did you guys hear about the tabaxi that wore a dress into battle? You
What's
guys
the
know-
tabaxi?
Oh, it's like a cat people, you know cats. Why'd the cat
Yeah.
wear a dress into battle? She was feline fine.
Well, the other guy's like, I don't get it.
All right, this
No,
is
come on, cat.
this is a
Come
dumb
on, Carl.
This
Come on,
one-
Carl. You know what a cat is. Stupid.
Carl, you should get this one. Two half-orcs walk into a bar. The halfling walks right under it. Get that one, Carl? It's like
Neither of them got that one because I didn't either.
Damn it, Carl.
I don't get
two
it.
Also
half-orcs
stupid.
walk into a bar.
Yeah.
The halfling walks
The
under it because
halfling
he's short.
walks under it. Yeah, listen, I get it. Listen, these pea brains. Your jokes are just too good for them. That's why we
still
save it for the
don't
rich
get it.
people. What do you mean you don't get it? Tall
don't get
people
it.
walk into the bar. Short people walk under the same bar.
A cleric is
Oh,
a
okay.
tell a good one, Riles. Like this: a cleric, a paladin, and a warlock walk into a bar. The bartender says, "Is this some kind of joke?"
Danica, who is the bar, is like, was that some kind of a joke?
I've lost my appetite for humor.
What do you call a halfling fortune teller who escaped from prison? A small,
Ooh,
medium,
boy.
at large.
I know. You gotta tell that to the Vistani. They'll love
Yeah.
that one.
That actually wasn't cool.
There's a few other people that kind of chuckle in the bar too, and then a few that can you look around, Riles? Give me an insight check, Riles, since
Okay.
you're trying to perform here.
Yeah. Usually, like I'd hope that I'm like scouting the crowd and trying to pay like close attention to everyone. Let's see what I can find out. Okay, so insight. Is that insight
Giving him
or
the
perception?
Riz.
Yeah, insight. This is you're reading the crowd. I think that's insight. All right, you're not doing a very good job reading the crowd.
Do
you
I
got
have
like a crowd of
anything?
2 right here who are like eating it up, so you're mostly playing to them. Maybe.
Okay. 2 orcs
Not a whole
were
lot of
eating
other
a
laughs.
2 orcs were eating a court jester earlier. One said to the other, "Does this taste funny to you?"
All right, hey, save the material for later.
Riles starts getting down from the bar. Okay, all right. I've been Riles. Riles the Rizzler.
How's it going? And this guy at the end of the bar, one of the guys who was talking here, reaches into his pocket and he tosses down 2 silver that slide down the bar towards you.
Hey, I'll take it. Ka-ching.
Big spender. 2 silver for a few jokes.
See, I could go pro. Told you, Garrison. Told you I'm a pro. Look at this. 2 silver.
I'm your biggest fan, man. I'm the only one that gets your jokes.
Thank you.
All right, well,
Does a performance get us a free night here or something? Some drinks?
No.
Something? Oh, damn
we
it.
got
If you have that background, it does, but otherwise, no.
We got.
What gets you a free night is that you guys have already dealt with the Mordekovs.
Nice.
You ask, like, do we get a free night? And Erwin, who's probably listening from the doorway here with Garrison and everybody else, he says, "No worry. The family has sent you. You're here for a purpose. Stay the night for free.
Because of my
Have room
jokes,
set
right?
aside for you.
Because of my jokes. Because I was so entertaining,
Well-
right, guys? Right, Nazal?
I thought so. Yes,
Nazal?
totally. On my end.
Sure, why not?
I'll pay for his portion because of how good his jokes were.
The 2 kids, they're like 9 and 10, and they're kind of at the door too. They're like, more jokes.
What happens when you step on a D4 die? You take 1 D4 damage. That one's gonna go over your heads, but
D4?
Just Timothy's nose just starts bleeding for no reason.
All right. You guys are here in the tap room here. You've talked to Erwin. He's told you a couple of leads where you might be able to go. He says if you guys are going to be here for a few days, there's a festival coming in 3 days. Maybe you want to stick around for it.
No way. Is there going to be music at this festival?
Should be music, performances. The burgomasters are trying to light the mood around Vallaki for years. We throw us festivals all the time. The drop of a hat. Let's have a festival.
Oh, that sounds fun.
I'm in.
This one he's calling the Festival of the Blazing Sun. It's in 3 days from now.
Do you know if 10 String's going to be here?
I'm sorry, who?
12
10 strings. 10 strings. Adram, 10 strings.
I think it's 12.
Oh, he's got 12 fingers, but he's got 10 damn strings.
I think we got like a different name for this guy. I had him as 7 strings. He's got
Oh, you got it
there we
wrong.
go.
12
It's 7?
he has 12 fingers,
12
but
fingers and
his
7
name
strings.
is 7 strings.
Damn. I thought he played the 10-string mandolin, so he was
No.
10 strings.
No. Plays
How
like
many strings?
a regular like guitar or mandolin, I think. Well, mandolins I think have double strings, but he plays normally he plays a 6-stringed instrument.
Is that his
instead of a
name?
7-string.
Is that his name? I just call him that guy I used to manipulate Garrison.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's the werewolf guy. Yeah. This is my literal note on that guy. Adram 10 strings, the bastard who named Harrison, plays 10-string mandolin. Where did I get all this from?
I think I had mentioned a mandolin had 10 strings, but this is the name that I've got.
All right, I'm fixing mine.
7 strings.
Well, he was 10 strings, but then 3 left, so he's known as Major 7 strings.
We cut 3 off when we fought him.
When you mention that name and you ask Erwin about him, he says that he knows this guy, that he comes through Vallaki every so often, and he imagines that he'll probably be here for the festival.
Great, I want his autograph.
Well, I'm sure he'll be happy to give it to you. He always speaks highly of himself, thinks quite highly of himself. He's played more than one time here at the Blue Water, always well enough to get a room. He's quite talented, I must say.
Yeah, he's real good.
Strange
All right,
individual, though.
Garrison.
Those extra fingers always sort of weirded me out a bit.
Yeah, right. Wouldn't it be cool to have him?
Well, I don't know. I think they would just get in the way. But I suppose if you were a musician and you could use a extra finger or two for playing, that I suppose that would help. Yes.
Well, wouldn't we all be so lucky?
Why don't we get you in bed, Garrison? You look tired.
All right. We're just staying here. We're not going to go find the dress. That's it.
We can do that in the morning.
All
It's
right.
getting
Well
quite
then,
late, I think.
hi. Going to bed then. Is there a big suite? Are we sharing rooms? Who's my roomie? Riles, we bunking?
Sure, but I'm the big spoon.
The rooms that they have here, they have there's one large room that has 4 small beds in it, 4 regular sized beds. There are medium sized rooms that have 2 sort of large beds in it each. There is a single bedroom for high spenders, but that's about what they got. The other rooms are reserved for their family.
How much
So-
for the single room?
At the moment, they have the single room. Let's see, maybe they have that. Yeah.
Just give us the 4 room, and apparently Riles and I are going to cuddle him as the big spoon.
A bed for the night costs 1 electrum piece, but it's not going to cost for you guys.
Electrum.
They're just giving you rooms. They're not worried about it. And if you want,
I'd like.
I mean,
say
if you're going to
thank
have
you.
one person and 5, or you can take your choice. You have, I'm going to open it up. Fuck it. You can choose your rooms. Although one of them is taken.
Electrum's like the frickin' 50-cent piece of D&D. It exists, but literally no one uses it.
Uh-huh.
Where are we looking?
To the northern
top?
side of the map. Yeah, up.
Oh, I see.
And then this room here is open. The stairs to get up are on the outside of the building, so you have to go out, and then you climb the stairs to get to... Oh, you know what? There's an inside thing, too, actually, it looks like. Wait, is there? No, actually, the rooms... So here's the thing. The single room, the one that Jareth wants for himself, is actually accessible from the inside, but the other rooms you all have to go outside and go up to.
Okay.
That's fine. I just don't want to interpose. This guy's giving us a free room, so I'm happy to just take the big bunk for all of us minus Jareth.
Okay.
I want the quiet so I can study this book.
Garrison's gonna sleep in this bed and knock on the wall the whole time.
All right, so I'm just going to open up a little bit so you kind of know relative to where
Jareth,
this place.
Gareth, you still there? I don't want anything bad to happen to you. Once every 10 minutes, you gotta knock back.
Can I get at least an hour?
No. I don't feel comfortable. It's making me anxious.
Just, I'm tired. Just drill a hole in the wall. Knock it off.
No, that's pervy. We don't want to do that. Lady, Lady Watcher might find out.
Oh my.
All right. It is again, this is only maybe 4 in the afternoon. You just could go to bed right now, or you could try to get the lay of the land of this place too. Like this.
I thought it was later.
Oh, I thought
That's
it was
what I
later
said.
too. Yeah.
No, it only took you guys a couple hours to get here.
The druid, the master of the lands, told me it was really late.
I said it was getting late. I didn't say it was really late.
I heard quite late. This is recorded.
So we can let's see.
Well, fine. Then I'd like to go find somewhere I can sell some of this stuff that I found. Is there a market or something?
When you look around, let's see here. The town square. When you go walking around, looking for a place to sell stuff, you find that there are shops and homes around the town square, and that you notice that there's garlands kind of hung up, and there's painted boxes that are filled with dead flowers. The northern side of the square, there's some stocks, but they're locked. Hold on a second. You actually find let me show you the actual map, and I'll point these things out because there's some things going on here when you get to that area, which is technically the actual town square is a couple blocks over this way, and you find that the northern part of the square here has some stocks. You know what the stocks are? They put people in them if they've misbehaved. So things that hold your hands and your head. Yeah, throw vegetables and stuff like that. And there are several men, women, and even children that have been locked in the stocks. And they're wearing, and you can't see their faces because they've put these crude plaster like donkey heads on them. In the center of the square, there are some peasants that kind of are just walking around, going from place to place. Most of them kind of just like eye you suspiciously because you're obviously not from here. There's a stone fountain in the center that some of them are getting water from, and standing at the center of the fountain is a great statue of a man. All around the square, you see posted proclamations too, saying things. This one, the ones you're seeing, they talk about the greatest celebration of the year, the Wolf's Head Jamboree. Attendance and children required. Pikes will be provided. All will be well. Signed, the Baron. This looks like an old proclamation. You have no idea when it was put up there. You know that there's a festival coming, but the festival the guy had told you about was called the Festival of the Blazing Sun. You can only assume that the Wolf's Head Jamboree was another festival that happened a while ago that they haven't cleaned up from.
Really? Pikes provided? Most festivals I go to are BYOP.
Yeah.
Bring your own pikes.
As you are kind of making your way, looking around for some shops, and there are a few around here, you notice that there is a guy that has arrived with a couple of guards. He looks like town guards, like the guards you saw at the gate, dressed in the same sort of like tabard with like a, I think they're wearing like chain shirts. They have like those long pikes. But the guy that is with them does not look like normal by any means. Is anybody with Jareth at the moment? Anybody else go out to like kind of explore?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, it's
I
4
would-
o'clock. I think we would all go with them.
I think there's only like a 50-50 chance that any of us is with Jareth at any given time.
I mean, if he's
Right,
going
but he
out,
was out. He was out to kind
market.
of like to clear
Yeah.
out some of the stuff you have that you've collected, maybe get some money and buy some supplies and stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
still, like I said, it's like 4 in the afternoon or something.
Yeah.
It's not.
Plus, we'd want to hear like
It's
what the
meal
locals
time
are talking
ish.
about. You know,
Right.
is there like a town crier that's just like, "Yo, Strahd sucks," or is there like, you
No.
know, is everyone like hiding in the dark? You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
Like, it's like, what's the
There's
vibe
no-
of this place? You know,
The vibe is weird. It's like a place that is like the folk that are walking around all seem somewhat like suspicious of you and kind of avoid you, and they're dour, but there's signs of festival like decorations still up like all over the place, like they just had some sort of an event here. And you can see these proclamations, and I was just going to say that there is this guy who has arrived, and he's over near, he's moved up to one of these proclamations, and he's in the process of pulling it down. And this guy is he's pretty big, probably like he's over 6.5 feet tall. He's bald. He's wearing like studded leather, and he's got this big sort of furry sort of coat on his shoulders. And when you see him reach up to pull down one of these proclamations, you can see that his hand is not human. There is it's got long fingers, long nails, long sharp nails, and barbed spines along like the side of his arm and on the elbow. There's like a reddish hue to it with scales. If you've ever seen like a demon's arm or a fiend's arm, that's what it looks like. The rest of the guy looks human, but his arm is not. And he reaches up and he grabs like one of these proclamations, one of the ones that you guys just read about the previous festival, pulls it down. He crumples it up in this clawed hand, and as he squeezes it, the proclamation in part of his hand bursts into flames. And then he just throws the burning pieces of paper on the ground, while the other guards that are with him move to put up a new proclamation. This one reading, "Come one, come all, the greatest celebration of the year, the festival of the blazing sun. Attendants and children required. Rain or shine, again, all will be well. Signed, the Baron."
I go up to the guard and ask him, I say, "Excuse me, sir, but might I inquire as to where you procured that wonderful little arm of yours?"
He turns and looks at you kind of with these dead-like eyes, and then looks at his arm. "You're not a local, are you? You don't know who I am."
You
wouldn't
can't-
have to
you
be
can
the
tell?
Baron, would you?
What
I
was
just
that?
think that arm is pretty cool. I was wondering, is that a spell? Is that natural? Can I get one?
There's a gift given to me. And he turns away from you like he doesn't really care. What was that Jareth had said?
Would you happen to be the Baron Vargas Valikovic?
I am not the Baron. My name is Izek Strasny.
Very nice to meet you, Mr. Strosny. Prince Jareth Peverell. And these are my friends, Nazoth, Gretchen, Riles, Garrison, and Bimothy.
Garothy.
I'm sorry.
So are you asking us? So I don't know who you are.
Who are you at? You saying that to Jareth? Who are you talking to?
No, to Strodny. He said his name was Izek Strodny, and I'm asking you if he's asking us, because I don't know.
Asking you what? I've asked you nothing.
If his name is Strodny.
My name is Izek Strasny.
Is it?
That is it, Izek.
That's what I'm saying, is it?
You're testing my patience.
Well, you're testing
right.
mine. I just want to know where to get that hand. I
He
want one.
raises the hand and a burst of flame comes from it. Ask me no more foolish questions, or you will suffer.
Surely you can't be serious.
Okay. No. I'm going to ask a serious question of you, sir. Can you point us to the Burgomaster's residence?
Why?
We are been sent by the abbot, and hopefully the Burgomaster can help us.
Sent by the abbot? What abbot?
The abbot of Kresk.
Rask. Come from that cursed place.
Yes, we're doing a favor of him that will go towards helping the Lord of the land.
You stop saying that.
I'm trying not to say his name. That's why I'm saying the Lord of the land
I
instead.
think that on its own is still too much.
Are you saying that out loud?
Whispering.
So he sees you whispering to like Jareth. You have like this brief sort of moment, this conversation here in front of him, and he's just kind of staring at the two of you. Here, by the way, here's an image of this guy. They don't have a really good one in the pack itself, but or like the official art. Some people have made some good versions, and this is like one.
Oh, Jesus.
Giant spiky red arm. Big bald guy. Big tough looking, mean looking dude.
You're just selling me on it more.
Right, but you're asking him too many personal questions. He doesn't seem to be interested in answering them. Although when you mention when you talk about the burgomaster, he tells you, "I will take you to him." And he turns and starts walking off.
I guess I'm selling stuff later, and I start following him.
All right, let me find out exactly where the burgomaster's place is.
Probably going to be the most gaudy looking building in the city.
Mm-hmm. The burgomaster's mansion is. You end up going kind of south from the town square. The town square is over where Jareth is here. Like this is
My
the town
vote
square.
is this one.
Nope. You go down this way. You go
Okay.
southeast and around, and there is this little drive here, sort of like an open area. And when you come to that, he walks in and up towards this mansion. Its walls are plastered stone. You can see many scars where the plaster's kind of fallen away from age and neglect. It's got to be one of the oldest buildings here in Vallaki. You see drapes cover every window, and there's a large arched opening above the mansion's double entrance doors. You see that there are guards here stationed outside, and it seems to be kind of people kind of coming and going. Like there is sort of a maybe this acts as a sort of a government building as well as a
nice.
personal residence.
Makes me feel at home then.
You are brought inside by Izek and these guards, and he stands kind of like he brings you to a den. And in fact, there's another map here we can go to. Give me 1 second.
Busting out all
you
the
guys are
maps
getting all
tonight.
over the place.
Yeah, we got the maps forever. You get a map. You get a map.
A map for you, a map for you.
We want the map, we want the map, we want the map, we want the map, we want the map.
Moment till. Where is it that you guys are sent to? Hold on a moment. Hold on a moment. Trying to find out where this is. Oh, okay. This place is a little complicated. One moment while I open this up and make sure that it is correct. There is when you guys are brought through the doors, there's a couple guards out front, and there is a maid in the entrance, and you're kind of led through. A moment, where is this place? Do. Oh, here we go. You're led through an entrance hall and a vestibule, with sort of like a grand foyer, and there is a maid in here kind of tending to things. You also notice something weird in the entrance hall. There are these bundles of twigs that have been heaped up against the walls, like stored here. You're not really sure why, but and then when you head down the main hall, there's a whole bunch more. Let me grab you guys and bring you to this new map. Make a little bit more sense at that point. Do. Get her out of the way. All right. We'll throw in the guards in a second, too. Yeah, we'll use these guys as the guards. Guard there. Guard here. Another guard following Strozny. 2 more, actually. That's Izek right there. I will make sure that you can see his name. Should be able to see it now. Izek Strozny.
Yeah, I got it.
Guards kind of hanging out here. Made as well. These are all like bundles of twigs. And they're all in the foyer. The stairs that go up to the second floor here. And then there's a main hallway straight ahead, also lined with these bundles of straw. Strozny leads you down to this door here and opens it. Let me see if I can just get rid of it. And points into this room. Says, "Wait in here." You find that there's some padded chairs in here that and some couches that line the walls. It's a cozy kind of area. Probably one of the nicest spots you've been in since the inn. The inn is pretty nice, but this is different. This is like wealth in here. The room here smells of pipe smoke, and you can see mounted on one of the walls is the head of an angry-looking brown bear. That's over there. The room is cozy, but the bear is almost a little bit unnerving. Just seems to glare down at everybody in the room. When you guys all just head inside, can you see the map?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's the bear saying, Jareth?
The bear?
What the bear doing?
Isn't the bear dead?
Well, you don't know. It could just be sticking its head through a hole.
I do not hear anything, I assume. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Nope, the bear looks like a dead head, the head of a bear. It's not talking at all, nor will it talk.
It's dead.
Riles and Mimothy going in too?
Yep.
Alrighty. You guys are all in the room. Right where I want you. You wait here as Strozny leaves, closes the door. Garrison, you went in too or no?
I was just kind of hanging out. But wait, are you closing this door? Can we keep it open? I don't like to feel trapped.
He kind of gestures you inside and just slowly closes the door in your face. Stay here. His big, demonic-looking arm just pushing it closed in your face. And you hear him walking away. Thunk, 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 thunk. Do you guys get up to any shenanigans while you're waiting?
No?
You guys think we could get an arm like that? Naz, I saw you ask. Maybe I could get even cooler thing than just regular hands.
Oh my god, that arm did not look right.
It created fire. All right, I'll ask him about it later. Maybe he'll understand coming from my point of view.
All right. You guys wait down here probably about 10 minutes or so. Only assume that maybe the Baron is busy or just taking his time. Or maybe Isaac was talking to him about who you guys are. But eventually, the door opens and a pale man with sort of wispy hair in a long robe stands flanked by a couple of hounds. And right behind him is a slender woman, also dressed in sort of reds, kind of like he is, almost like a type of house color. And he looks in at all of you, and he's got this weird sort of look, like a sort of a look of exhaustion on his face. But his words are sort of opposite to that. All of you welcome to Vallaki. I hear that you have an interest in seeing myself. I am Baron Vargas Valakovich, and this is my wife. And he gestures over to the woman, the Baroness Lydia Petrovna.
Baroness, lovely to meet you.
Here's an image of what this guy sort of looks like and his 2 hounds. His dogs look mean. I'm gonna grab them, bring them down here just for funs. And this is, I think, the spot where we can hold off for tonight, as you are now going to be meeting with the Baron
Oh my god.
and his dogs and his wife about a dress.
Those dogs
Strozzy,
aren't
by the
very-
way, is with this guy as well.
Those are not
Nice.
cute dogs at all.
What are you talking about? They're adorable.
Uh-huh. I mean, I
Awesome.
like pit bulls, and I still don't think those are cute.
There's some big, beefy looking mean dogs. The only
Kinda
thing meaner
cute,
than them
though.
is Izek standing behind them.
Garrison.
Those are toddler eaters, and I want one.
Mhm.
You would.
Awesome,
you
guys.
would.
Alrighty, have a great week, y'all. I'm out.
Yeah.
Take it
Thank
easy,
you,
Thank you,
Rob.
everybody.
Have a great week.
Welcome back.
Thank
We will
you.
see you all. Well, some of you I'll see you sooner rather than later, and the rest of you I'll see you next week.
See
Awesome.
you
Around.
next
Later.
week.
Until then.
Ah.
Good night.